Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team hosted a 10th-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers last night. Despite being down double digits multiple times throughout the game, the Buckeyes had a chance to tie the game in the closing seconds, but a Christoph Tilley 3 sailed wide of the rim, and Nebraska came up with a 72-69 win over Ohio State. Coming up for the Buckeyes is a trip to the West Coast. 2 games starting with Oregon on Thursday. Speaking of West Coast trips, the Columbus Blue Jackets are in California. They'll be taking on the San Jose Sharks tonight. Coverage starts at 9:30 right here on The Fan. This update was brought to you by Germain Toyota, the best selection of new and used cars in Central Ohio. View their full selection now at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Come on, Joe! Featuring producer Dylan.
Who are the 5 best rappers of all time?
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Well, good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm T-Bone, and sitting next to me is a man I barely recognize. Tyvis Powell is here. The facial hair, though, is different.
Yeah.
You shaved off the beard.
Yeah, I felt like, well, it's a couple of reasons. One, my wife wanted to see it. 2, people in the chat accused me of not shaving my beard after the Big Ten championship and after the Miami loss. So,
Did you say that you would?
Did you say you would shave it off after the Indiana game?
I said it in the chat, but I never said it on the show.
Oh,
So,
wow.
They like, oh, you backed out of it. You backed out of it. So to clear that
Wow.
and to make my wife happy, it was 2 things in one. So I said, all right, let's do it.
So you didn't shave everything off. You've still got a mustache and you've got chin hair. They are not connected, thus it is not, I don't believe that's a goatee.
Correct.
I could be wrong on that. I'm not fully up on my facial hair terms. I just have the beard. And that's just, I've done that other than the times where I didn't have the beard this year where I lost a bet to you. And then I did the Halloween costume as Andy Reid and I shaved down to a mustache.
But you kind of like it.
I did kind of like the mustache look. I don't think anybody else did, but I kind of was like, I could go with this. That's fine. You know what, though?
Isn't it about you being happy?
No. Nothing in my life is about me being happy, my friend. Nothing in my life is about that. So I like this look for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to say it makes you look a little younger, a little bit. Not that you looked old with the beard, but it does give a youthful appearance to you. I genuinely appreciate this look for you.
Thank you.
I'm still getting used to it, though.
It will be one of those things where I tried it, and I will try to get my beard back. We'll see how long that takes to grow back.
What's the plan? Are we like tomorrow morning? You get up? Are you going to shave
No.
the side? No, you're going to let it just the stubble come back. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason. See, I'm in a conundrum, and I need to know what the right answer is.
Okay.
I wish I was talking to Bo Bishop because he would know this answer.
Wow, Dylan, I guess we're just chopped liver.
Well,
there's 2 idiots
this is-
here.
no,
Apparently.
this-
He can talk
this
to
is
Bo
why-
Bishop and get some advice.
Bo
but
Bishop
us,
would know this answer because he worked on TV. Now that I do these hits on the news, am I obligated to look a certain way?
They have in the contracts, I don't know if you want my expertise or not, but I can tell you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
They have contracts that we sign here that say your physical appearance is subject to review by the people who run this place.
But I'm not a. I'm not.
No, but that's what it is. It's in there. At least the contract I have now. Look at me. It's not exactly the most heavily enforced policy. All right. Let's just,
They got it in our contracts too.
it was in my contract. Maybe they've taken it out since, but there's a little clause that just says because we're a TV station.
Where's fish?
If you like what they mean is if you came in here and you got a face tattoo that was just penises and teardrops, they would say, hey, I don't know if we can put that on TV. You know, that's like what it means is there are certain limits where they will tolerate a change in your appearance like you changed your facial hair.
Well, no,
that's fine.
The reason I'm saying that is because like when the beard is growing back, like I don't want to cut it. Like I want it to grow.
That's fine. They don't care if you have a little stubble. That's and
a
you know what?
little.
Well, you know what I mean? Like the stubble until it fills in and becomes the beard. They won't care.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, Tyvis, they stop having you on TV.
That's right. That's right. By the way, today, it is Tuesday, so you know what that means here. It's a Hot Take Tuesday.
Hot Take Tuesday!
So, fire him up today.
I
YouTube
seen your tweet. You off the top ropes.
Last night I was watching Buckeye basketball. I had a hot take for you, and that is, if you wanted Jake Diebler over Dusty May, pay the buyout. You need to personally contribute to the buyout because that's egregious. And how dare you?
First of all,
We knew this. We knew it.
No, we did
We
not.
knew it. Some of us knew it. Some of us weren't stupid. We looked at it and said, this man took Florida Atlantic to the Final Four. And then the other people were like, oh, but Jake Diebler won 7 games in a meaningless season. That was a lot of fun. So why don't we give him the job? Process. Use your process. Use your brain, Ross. Come on.
You know, this could be very similar to like the football program.
Oh, I think there's a lot of similarities to the football program, but I'm excited to see where you want to take this, buddy.
I was going to say because when Urban left, they didn't do any outside search. They just hired from within.
Some of us have made this point before, buddy.
It took a while, but he won a national championship last year.
Yes, after his players screamed at him.
So
and
what?
his mentor was there to hold his hand.
It happened. He won a championship.
Fine,
so maybe this could be that.
Timeout. Urban was there to hold Ryan Day's hand?
No, Chip Kelly.
Oh, Chip Kelly. Okay.
Yeah, so you know what?
Sorry, I
If
didn't
we're
pick
gonna,
up
are
on
we?
that.
I don't know if Homer Drew's alive, but let's get Homer Drew back and bring him in at Valpo. We can bring him in to tell Jake Diebler what to do. Because I've got to tell you, late in a game where yes, Nebraska's very good.
Where is Chris Holtman now?
Oh, Holtman? He's at the one in Chicago that's starts with a D. Duquesne? Yes, is that right?
I think that's right.
Yeah. Who cares? Bad.
How's Duquesne's
I don't
basketball?
know. Maybe they're doing great. I don't
Probably
care.
yes.
I know how he was here.
No, DePaul.
DePaul, not Duquesne.
That's what it is.
DePaul, yes,
DePaul.
DePaul. Yeah. See, we got it wrong.
How's DePaul's basketball?
I don't know. Maybe it's doing great. But here's what I know last night.
They are currently 9-6.
Oh, good. The Buckeyes may be headed there very soon if we get to the rest of this
You need
season.
to stop.
Listen,
You are just
listen to
negative.
me.
You're
Listen
negative.
to me.
Here we go.
Okay. Late in that game last night, regardless, there's so many problems I have with this Buckeye basketball team, but let's just focus on the most obvious one, the one that I think should be the most telling. You are late in a game. You are down 3. You have been in this game. You have fought back from 14 down to take a team that is undefeated and in the top 10, just beat Michigan State over the weekend, Nebraska. I don't know if they're any good or not. I don't know if they're for real. I watched last night. They're undefeated. Now, they haven't played the toughest schedule in the world, but they keep winning games. Yeah. Fred Hoiberg has them in the top 10. But they're in your building. The crowd was, those that were there, very hyped about it. So your guy Cardale was sitting courtside trying to will him.
When I saw that, I knew they was losing the game. I turned that TV on and I saw him. I said, they have no chance.
So we then have the ball down 3 with an inbounds play. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe when Jake Diebler was an assistant, part of his job duties were designing inbound plays.
Yeah.
So this should be a specialty of his. What we drew up was a play that resulted in a guy who has a 12% shooting percentage from the three-point line in Christoph Tilley getting a look at 3, which is what every team in college basketball would say, thank you for drawing up that play. That's exactly what we wanted to go. Let him shoot.
Well, nobody would have expected him to shoot. It wasn't like the coach was like, we cannot let this guy shoot it. So it was the unexpected.
Here's the thing though.
And by the way, if you think I'm exaggerating, like 12%, go look it up. He is 0.118 from three-point land. That rounds to 12%. I'm being generous.
He made a 3 yesterday. It was his first make since November 25th, I believe, from behind the line. Yes, but
maybe he did that and they wasn't supposed to. Maybe he was supposed to swing.
No, here's the thing. They
didn't draw it.
This is going to be my point. Post game, I went and covered one Ohio State game this year. Was the first one.
Yeah,
he made like 2 threes that game. Post game, coach said, "I wish he would shoot more threes.
Ooh.
So I think they're still like, oh, Christoph Tilly shooting threes is a part of his game, and it's time to decide that it's not.
Well, you gotta, during the game, like
during the season.
No.
During this last month and a half since he's last made a three, they needed to decide that he doesn't need to shoot threes anymore.
This is one of those things where he might shoot one or two in the quarters of 1 to 3. Like the first through third quarter. That's when you do this. Do this with the game on the line.
Okay, here's a new rule for him. He can shoot 1 3. If he makes it, he can shoot another one. If not, he's done for the rest of the game.
It's like a coach's challenge where you get one, and if you get it right, you get another one.
That's like high school rules right there. I remember pulling a 3 in my high school. My coach was like, you cannot shoot threes. And what happened was, it was one of the ones just out of feeling. Like my boy JJ was driving into the lane. I had set a pick and roll, but like I picked and popped. And he turned around and tossed me that ball, and I'm at the 3 without even thinking about it. I just pulled it. I hit that 3, and he couldn't tell me nothing. I ran down doing the Kobe fist pump. That's what Tilly did. Tilly got that ball.
Yeah.
He turned around. He said, oh, yeah, I'm in rhythm with this.
I mean, I will admit he did shoot it with a lot of confidence.
All I can do is respect it. We got to respect it.
Well, look, I'll tell you this, man. That is, I got some problems with this Buckeye basketball team, but you didn't tune in to hear about that because most of you don't care about Buckeye basketball. Sadly, neither does apparently the athletic director or anybody over there at Ohio State. What they do care about is football, and we'll talk about that a little bit more on the show. But coming up next, the Browns finally did something about a team that has been woebegone for the better part of, 25 years. But they fired their head coach. We will talk about that and who they didn't fire when we come back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. No issues to report around the metro this morning, but we are starting to see traffic slightly pick up, especially in our southeast corner. Really, Gender Road at 270, clocking you in at 6 minutes already, but seeing some slower conditions out there as traffic really starts to build. Hey, some much better news, 70 to 270. Got you there at 3 minutes. And at last look, downtown 70 at Mountain Street, no issues here. Looking pretty smooth on your Tuesday. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Have a good day. Stay warm. So my teenage son just went to school in shorts and a hoodie. It's 3 degrees. At least I know he'll be warm in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Ah, you do want the coat. Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $150 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, and player props.
$150 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
What can ADP do for small business? We help answer the business questions, like how do you track employee time? How do you do payroll taxes? Or what does compliance even mean? So small businesses can focus on bigger questions. Now florists can ask, can we invent another holiday to sell bouquets? Pizza shops can ask, how do we stuff a calzone into a pizza crust? And pool cleaners can ask, what is that thing in the filter? These are the questions you can focus on when ADP takes care of the business of your small business. ADP for small business.
Need help recovering from the holidays? Get a holiday loan from BMI Federal Credit Union and choose your amount from $1,000, $3,000, or $5,000 with low fixed rates and no application fees. Visit bmifcu.org/holiday loan for details.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Love football, love wings? Put those bad boys together and you get Austin and Byrne live at Roosters.
Presented by Bryant Heating and Cooling.
Large amounts of football and all the donkey sauce you can handle. Mondays on the Fans YouTube channel.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Have you ever thought about having a podiatric physician examine your feet? Doctors of Podiatric Medicine set broken bones, perform wound care, and remove bunions. Common health issues that they treat include ingrown or fungal nails, corns, warts, and skin problems like athlete's foot. Foot exams are easy and can prevent many foot problems. If you can't walk, work, or enjoy sports activities without pain, what are you waiting for? To find a podiatric physician who is a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association, visit associationsadvanceohio.com.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Starting off the day mostly cloudy with temperatures right around freezing, but we significantly warm up this afternoon with breezy winds and cloudy skies, scattered showers as well with highs in the low 50s. For tonight, cloudy overnight with lows dropping down into the upper 30s, and we'll still hold on to those breezy winds out of the west. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Matty Ice is currently bathing himself in creamy jalapeno dip. And I've officially run out of ways to tease this show. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world.
T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Today is Hot Take Tuesday, and they are flowing in the chat. Six Daniel says, hot take, Tilly is the basketball version of Jaden Fielding.
Oh, no.
I am Alex the King. Hot take Tuesday. Baker will win MVP next year, Dylan.
Baker might not be playing next year.
Oh, okay. Now that's a hot take.
He might be
sure.
on the bench.
Okay.
Well, I said last Hot Take Tuesday you weren't here that the Bucks were drafting a quarterback in the first round.
I mean,
his replacement.
Maybe that's the case.
Well, the problem is there's not enough quarterbacks to go around. So
there's enough that are better than him.
Wow.
Is it?
In this draft?
Is it?
For sure? Are you sure? I don't know, man. That's tough.
He's got 1 year left on his deal, and that's it.
Yeah,
then he's playing somewhere else.
Yeah, and I would not re-sign him. I'm not going to lie to you.
He could come back to Cleveland, everybody.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no.
No. Let's do it.
No.
Come on. That'd make a lot of people happy.
No, I don't think it would.
I don't think it would. I think it would. It might not make you too happy, but it'll make a lot of Baker Bros out there happy.
The Baker Bros would be excited, but you'll know, we might make the playoffs. We might win a playoff game or two, but we're not winning the Super Bowl.
But their take is, well, that's better than what's going on now.
Dylan,
so let's have that.
What happened in the New Year's resolution to just let the Baker Bros live?
I already broke it yesterday, and then
you
whoever
can start
in the
over.
YouTube chat brought it up.
You can try again. All I'm saying is I made my resolution to not let the Browns get me angry. And now we're going to test and see how good I do on that resolution.
Tyvis broke one of his on the last break of the show, too.
What was his?
He said, to be fair.
Oh, you did it to be fair. You did it to be fair on the end of the show.
According to the chat. I said it and didn't even know I said it. That's the sick part.
So I think we had 7 New Year's resolutions yesterday. We've already broke 3 of them.
I did do abs and cardio yesterday. I did some burpees. I did some medicine ball sit-ups. And I did I jump roped. I did some jump roping yesterday.
That's good.
So
See?
listen,
a little bit of exercise
I'm
for the new
holding
year.
up my end of the bargain. After I get done with the Cleveland show, me and McNuggets gonna lift. So I'm still going.
The producer there at Cleveland show.
Mikey McNuggets.
There you
Is
go.
he a super swole, jacked guy?
No,
McNuggets is small, but he's very chiseled,
strong.
Yeah, he's skinny, but he's chiseled though. Like
There you go.
yeah.
See, Dylan, there's something to shoot for. That's what Tyvis is trying to hint at. Is that
Skinny yet chiseled.
Chiseled.
That's what all the ladies say.
He can probably hit 225 maybe one time, but he lifts all the time. He's a big.
Is that combine weight or is that 205?
225 is the combine. I can hit right now today. I probably can hit 225 probably 8 to 10 times.
What's your 40 time right now? You got to guess.
4.46.
You know what? They can never argue it if he never lets him measure it. So there you go. So, by the way, in case you've probably heard this by now because it happened right after our show yesterday, Kevin Stefanski officially fired by the Browns. Andrew Berry remains the architect of the trade that hamstrung your franchise for the last 4 years is back, and so is Andrew Berry. Because it's not Andrew Berry that made that trade, folks. I'm convinced. Andrew Berry's the guy whose name was on it. He's the guy who wears it. The guy who made that trade is Jimmy Haslam. I mean, in the sense that Jimmy Haslam said, get me Iguodala. He said, get me a guy. I need someone because he watched Joe Burrow, if I'm not mistaken on my timeline, wasn't it Joe Burrow and the Bengals go to the Super Bowl, and then that following offseason is when they swung the deal for Deshaun Watson? I'm pretty sure that's accurate. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Because I remember at the time thinking, why are they paying so much money for this guy? And if I'm not wrong, I think it was right after that deal, and that's been my thought process, at least how I remembered it.
February of 22. When did Deshaun get traded?
It was 2022 offseason. Guarantee you.
That's what it
So that's March 18th, 2022 is the date of the trade.
So that man sat there and watched Joe Burrow take a team to the Super Bowl and said, that's what we need. I got to get my Joe Burrow. And he unfortunately selected Deshaun Watson. And I will believe that Andrew Berry, I don't know how much resistance Andrew Berry put into that. I don't know how much resistance Kevin Stefanski put into it. But what I do know is, at the end of the day, I don't think the motivation came from either of those guys to do the largest guaranteed money deal in the history of the NFL without ownership at least saying, yeah, absolutely go for that, right? At any point, Jimmy Haslam or the ownership group could have said, hey, we like him, but we're not going guaranteed money. This guy just came off a huge scandal. He hasn't played football in 18 months. He's been suspended by the league. He may be suspended again. Like they would not have done this deal unless it was from the top that this was okay.
Well, he okayed it. I think the way I've been told multiple things about this whole thing, but the way that it was presented to me is that it was Andrew Berry's idea. He was the one that came up and said that we should get Deshaun. Then I seen this report yesterday, this video of some guy saying that Kevin never wanted Deshaun.
Well, I saw that too, and I don't know how much. I don't know how much of this is.
This is hilarious.
Right.
And then they say the way it was told to me was AB wanted him. They presented it to Jimmy, and Jimmy okayed it. Deshaun told him no, and then they said, "Well, what is something we can do?" And they said guarantee the contract, and he said, "Yeah, Jimmy okayed the guarantee, and now you got Deshaun."
You think Deshaun and his agent were like, let's just say highest guaranteed contract of all time. Let's see what they do.
Yeah,
like half jokingly, and they were like, yes, we'll do it.
I've done that. I've had job offers to go do other things, and I've said, you know what? If you really want me to do it, here's some ridiculous number. And thankfully, every time they've come back and said, no, that's ridiculous. But it's because it's like, I don't really want to do that. But if you're going to pay me all that, that's how much it would take.
That's what they say.
To get me over the hump. And they say no.
If somebody offer you a job and you really don't want to do it, you ask for a ridiculous amount of money.
That's right.
So you're not like saying like you wouldn't do it. But if you really don't want to, if they say, no, we good, cool. If they give you the money, cool.
Well, here's why I put it still at the feet of Haslam. Because, again, yesterday, they could have wiped the slate clean from that whole era and started over and said, we're going to hire a new director of football ops, a GM, a president of football, whatever you want to call him. We're going to hire someone new to do that. We got already Paul DePodesta's out the window. Get rid of him. Get rid of Stefanski. Let's go ahead and move on from Andrew Berry, too. The fact they don't get rid of Andrew Berry makes me believe in some way, shape, or form that Jimmy Haslam and the Haslam family feels somewhat responsible for the mess that they are in with Deshaun Watson, whether they didn't push back enough on Andrew Berry's idea or whether they were the ones who ultimately concocted it. There's something else going on here because
maybe
I don't know how you can look at Andrew Berry's track record and say this deserves another chance to rehire a new coach and start all over again with this process.
It's because it's not about what you've done, it's about what you've done lately. And I think what they looked at is, obviously Paul DePodesta did a lot. We don't know what his official title was, but he was a big-time voice. And maybe they was like, maybe AB got the assignment of handling this draft. Maybe all these other years it was, Paul maybe giving a lot of insight of who they should draft and all of those things. Maybe this was the one year that they said, AB, you're in charge of the draft, and obviously he's done a great job. Once Paul left that building, he was able to make some trades, which he signed Malik Collins, which Jimmy talked about. Tyson Campbell, Jimmy talked about. The Andre Smith thing, you can miss me with that one because the problem...
They had Dustin Hopkins on the roster.
I'm about to say, they literally just paid Dustin Hopkins like a 3-year extension, so also they got lucky on this.
When one of the top 5 deals you're trumpeting is why you're bringing a guy back is the kicker, then I think we've explored right there just the depths of how dumb this organization can be at times. Look, the reality is this. Yesterday it became very clear the organizational thinking from Cleveland, from Berea, from the top, if that's Haslam and everybody else, their thinking is, he said it almost, I think, point blank. I think he had this quote where he said, we could have done better than what our record showed this year.
That's a fact.
There's more talent on this roster, is what he said.
Now, that's a lie.
But what I'm saying is, like,
that's a
if
lie,
you're saying you can do better.
They should have won
if you're saying, well, all
3
right.
more games at least this season.
Okay.
Should. You think of Cincinnati, the Jets, and what's the other one I'm missing? The Vikings.
Yes, but that narrative, I don't like that narrative at all because that also, like, when you shockingly beat the Packers out of nowhere and that doesn't make any sense, we're like, oh, yeah, that's guaranteed. We already keep counting that one as not we should have won. When you're counting the we should have won games and not counting the we should have lost this game, but we somehow didn't. Like, that doesn't, the record's the record. You are what you are. And the fact of the matter is, you didn't give this team an offense, period, this year. You had 4 quarterbacks starting off the season. What serious NFL organization would do that? There's only one. They're not serious. It's this organization.
Wait a minute.
4 quarterbacks in camp.
Tebow.
4.
Did you really buy that it was an open competition?
They had Kenny Pickett probably as the starter until he got hurt.
Okay.
Then they had Joe Flacco as the starter until they decided to trade him.
Okay,
something supposedly Kevin Stefanski knew nothing about. They drafted 2 quarterbacks in that same time frame.
So listen to what you just
one quarterback.
Listen
2.
Listen to what you just said. They had Kenny Pickett as the starter. That's not an open competition. That's my point. They already knew who they wanted.
But
listen.
The plan was
the plan was to play Kenny Pickett to be their Sam Darnold. I think this is my thought. They thought that he would be their retread quarterback that they could potentially find something good out of. The reason that they signed Joe Flacco is because going into the draft, it was only Kenny Pickett on the roster. So you needed to add another guy, and Joe was a guy that was familiar with the offense and all those things. He doesn't need a lot of reps. They drafted Dylan Gabriel. They literally came out and said, we are done with quarterbacks. That's our quarterback rule. And they woke up the next day, and out of nowhere, they took Shedeur Sanders, which I think they looked at Shedeur as a guy that we just going to redshirt him for this entire season. Heck, they even said it multiple times that they just wanted to redshirt him this year.
Well,
and obviously, this in Cleveland, you always play a bunch of quarterbacks. It hasn't been a season since I've been covering them that they ain't played no more than 3 quarterbacks. So you knew that all of them was going to play at some point in time.
Well, Jimmy Haslam spoke about the dysfunction in the room. You'll hear from him in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, if you're coming into the city from Delaware County right now, your roads are looking great. Traffic picking up just slightly, 71 at Gemini Place out there. For folks in Powell, Worthington, and Westerville, we're on our north side side of Columbus this morning. No issues 270 eastbound or westbound, even 315 southbound, clocking you in at 69 miles per hour. As for more drive time southbound, 71 South Frankfurt at 270, got you there at 2 minutes. A great number on this Tuesday. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Weekend. The Ohio RV and Boat Show, brought to you in part by Ohio Credit Union, is back and bigger than ever at the Ohio Expo Center. Whether it's your first adventure or you're a seasoned outdoor enthusiast, this show has it all. One ticket gets you into all three buildings so you can see the latest in RVs, boats, motorcycles, ATVs, golf carts, and more. From towables to drivers, jet skis to pontoons, and more. It's all here. The Ohio RV and Boat Show at the Ohio Expo Center, January 9th through 18th. Get details and tickets at OhioRVandBoatShow.com.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Truck drivers, no matter where you want to take your career in 2026, Schneider has an opportunity for you. Our huge selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Looking for more reliability on the road? Check out our new dedicated and regional van truckload opportunities. Don't miss out. Find your perfect driving job today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan Ohio sports destination. Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Not anymore. Tyvis is no hat, no facial hair. Most of his facial hair
That's
gone.
only for another. When you see me in the 7 o'clock hour, I'll have a whole wardrobe.
You got to go be on TV again.
Yeah.
That's what you're
Like one more
doing
hit at 6:42. So,
by the way, I mean, it's a lot of things we're doing today. We're talking about a lot of things, but never lose sight of the main prize of today, because today is a Tuesday.
It's Hot Take Tuesday!
Fire them off to us. YouTube chat, 971 The Fan on YouTube. Just click on T-Bone and Tyvis, hop in the chat there, or you can go to Twitter and tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971. I see this one and I like it from Alex, who said, Hot Take Tuesday, goldfish and Cheez-Its taste the same. Only difference is the fish shape. I don't know that I agree with that.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I have never craved goldfish in my life. I have definitely craved Cheez-Its.
Well, like the regular ones or like the white cheddar cheeses?
Well, that's a whole other
This is
thing.
it.
but-
Now I'm proving Dylan's point. Dylan, I don't want to hear it.
That you're a foodie?
Yeah. You're going to say some blasphemous stuff like that. Actually, I think it's like they got like a spicy version of hot and spicy cheeses or something like that.
I think they have like some hot and spicy. I think they
there's
do
a
different.
whole bunch of reiterations of Cheez-Its, just like Oreos. Like,
But
there's just a
also,
bunch of different flavors.
Have they not done those different flavors with goldfish? Am I wrong? I think they've done
believe
stuff
so.
like that.
Yes.
But at my house, I have a taste aversion to it because I have smelled 3 different children that we've raised chew goldfish to the point of like it becoming a mush and then coming right up in your face and be like, Daddy, bye, and they breathe in your face. And I'm just like, I can't smell so they've never done that with Cheez-Its, but goldfish, I'm out on goldfish. I that's my Hot Take Tuesday. Can't do goldfish anymore. That and Cheerios. The smell of Cheerios being chewed by
my kids love Cheerios.
Yes, mine
It's
do
good for
too.
the heart.
Fine. But when they chew it and breathe it in your face, it's one of the most disgusting smells I've ever smelled in my life.
Why don't kids eat Wheaties?
I don't know. Because we're not raising champions. Raising a bunch of generational.
When you was a kid, did you eat Wheaties?
That's a hot take right there. I tried to because of the marketing. Because I was of the generation that was marketing to
it's only one good side, the little frosted side.
Wheaties?
Yeah, they got like a frosted side.
Not frosted Wheaties.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
They're frosted?
Not by
the originals.
Not the originals.
Yeah.
No, I'm eating the originals, baby. The Breakfast of Champions.
Oh, yeah, no.
Michael Jordan on the box.
Nah,
yeah, all that stuff. Come on.
One of my
You out to
friends'
lunch.
dads has just a bunch of boxes of Wheaties with different athletes on it. He like collects Wheaties boxes.
Yeah, that's the thing. That was a huge thing. I don't know what Wheaties are doing now. Are they still? Who cares? Anyway,
do they still put athletes on the box?
I don't know. Maybe they should get back to it.
Do we still do like the Got Milk commercials?
No,
we just don't even promote healthy lifestyles. We don't even promote it.
Look at who you're sitting across from. Of course we do.
I ain't talking about us. I'm talking about America.
What's the milk that like Klay Thompson drinks that he's on the commercials for? That's the only milk commercials that I've seen recently.
I don't know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't even know he was doing. I didn't know that.
Was it skim milk?
Yeah,
decaf.
I don't know. Can we get back to Jimmy Haslam? Because he was talking to the media yesterday.
According to somebody in the chat, they said that I think it's Andy. Andy said, hot take, Andrew Berry has something on Haslam. That's why he's still there.
I think there's at least something to that. Here is what Jimmy Haslam had to say about one of the narratives was that there was disagreement between Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski, that they didn't work well together. And that some even dared to call that a dysfunctional relationship. Here's what Jimmy Haslam had to say about that.
Some of you said this is a dysfunctional building. I take huge exception to that. The two of them work just like this, okay? And they talk all the time. Their offices are basically next door to each other. I mean, is there tension in the building? Of course. I mean, this is a hard business, and there's lots of stuff going on. But the two of them work together extremely well.
Okay. I don't think we have the audio of this. I couldn't find it. If it's in there, Dylan, let me know. We can play it. Not long after that, he was asked by Tony Grossi, Jimmy Haslam was, I believe it was Grossi that asked him this. He said, what can you say about the reports that Kevin Stefanski was surprised by the trade of Joe Flacco this year? And he said, I can't really get into that. And it's like, so you can't get into it. But they're not dysfunctional. But the report is, you could say that didn't happen. You could say, Kevin never said that. I never heard Kevin say that. Kevin was made aware at the same time. We all were made aware by Andrew Berry that this was happening. He didn't say anything like he said, I can't really speak to that, but it wasn't dysfunctional. And it's like, come on, man. Like, we're not stupid.
He's out to lunch a little bit because it's clearly is some dysfunction there because you sold us on so many years of these guys are hip to hip. They in lockstep with every decision. They work together. And this entire season has shown you that they were splitting up because it started with the Joe Flacco trade, right? And I think how that came, the way it was told to me was they presented, Cincinnati offered what they offered for Joe Flacco. Andrew Berry called Joe Flacco in, asked him did he want this trade. Joe Flacco said, yeah, I'll take that trade because he was benched at the time. He's like, yeah, I'll take that. So them doing right by Joe, he said, all right, bet. Took the deal, sent him on. I don't know if Kevin was aware of that or not. I just know that that's kind of what happened in that scenario. Then obviously you make the Greg Newsome trade and all of those things, and it really came to fruition for me right at the bye week when he didn't speak. And all of the stuff was happening.
Kevin didn't speak?
No. With Andrew Berry, because every year on the bye week, he's scheduled to do a press conference. When he skipped town and he made Kevin answer for everything, like that was that to me. I was like, they never did that. You're never supposed to throw your boy. You're not supposed to throw him under the bus like that. Yeah. So that to me, I was like, yeah, they're not together anymore.
It's laughable to me when ownership gets offended by the term dysfunctional, and it's like, what else are we supposed to call this?
That's what it is.
It
sounds bad, but that's what it is.
What else are we supposed to call it? And I know you brought
not
up
functional.
No, when you draft two quarterbacks in the same draft, and that causes one of the biggest civil wars in your fandom's history, right? The Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders needless thing that you did this year, where the two of them, you're fighting it out over that.
Well, the best quarterback on their roster currently is Deshaun Watson.
Which
you know what?
We are living in a world where
1,000% that Deshaun Watson's gonna come back next year at some point. He's gonna play and look good, and everybody's gonna be like, "Where was this at?" And it's like, all right, he's gonna walk out the door
at some point.
No. They'll give it. This will be it.
Opening day, Tyvis.
Oh, you think he's gonna be over the day starting
week one starter for your Cleveland Browns?
Listen,
2026.
It's the Browns.
Deshaun Watson.
Not shocking to hear.
Andrew Berry was asked if the quarterback is in the building, and I believe his answer, if I'm not wrong, was that, we're looking at everything. We're
he said
everything.
it's not in. We don't know if it's internal or external.
Yes, right.
Anytime somebody says that, meaning that the guy's not on the roster, because if you ask Andy Reid or anybody over there, is your quarterback on the roster, he would say, yeah, 1,000%.
Or the guy who is on the roster, who is going to be the answer, is so toxic that if you say that right now, everyone's going to take it and run with it. There's no way they can't spend a whole offseason defending Deshaun Watson. What they'll want to do is have looky there. What a shocking development. He suddenly is, look at how he looks in camp.
Then they really go blame Kevin. They're going to say, well, it was Kevin's play call then.
That's probably right. Morningwood coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. No issues to report around the metro this morning, but we are starting to see traffic slightly pick up, especially in our southeast corner. Really, Gender Road at 270, clocking you in at 6 minutes already, but seeing some slower conditions out there as traffic really starts to build. Hey, some much better news, 70 to 270. Got you there at 3 minutes. And at last look, downtown 70 at Mountain Street, no issues here. Looking pretty smooth on your Tuesday. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Men, the new year is here, and if you're like many of us, you're ready to improve your health. But if you're feeling low energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing results in the gym, keeping that resolution can be tough. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if those symptoms sound familiar, we can likely help. They often point to low testosterone, and treating low T is what we do. But this year, we're also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring growth hormone peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With our low T treatments combined with our body composition programs, most men notice real improvements: more energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive as well. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You can count on Meijer to help make your New Year's resolutions a good deal better. This week, enjoy healthy savings on essentials like Meijer Wellness Vitamins. Now buy one, get one free. Select fitness nutrition products are buy one, get one 50% off. Fresh from Meijer chicken breast small packs are buy 2, get 1 free. And mandarin oranges are only $3.99 for a 3-pound bag. Shop Meijer and bring more good to your wellness journey with huge savings and selection. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hey folks, it's Jeremy Birmingham Berm from the Austin and Berm Show here on 97.1 The Fan. I figured I owed you guys another check-in now that I'm 2 weeks into Awaken 180, and I'm happy to let you know I'm down 14 pounds. What surprised me really isn't that number. It's really how normal this feels. I'm not miserable, I'm not obsessing over food, and I'm not guessing. I'm just following the plan and watching it work. And that's why this matters. Because if you're like me, you've tried things before where week 1 feels exciting and week 2 feels exhausting. This is definitely not that. Awaken 180 gives me structure. It tells me exactly what I need to do and is with me to ensure that I'm doing it right. Ultimately, that's the difference. For someone like me who spends a lot of time on the road, in the car, and eating at weird hours, all that stuff matters. If weight loss is your goal this year, don't pick something you hope you can stick with. Pick something that's already sticking. 2 weeks, 14 pounds, and I'm just getting started. Find your own results and free support for life at awaken180weightloss.com.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
Now's the time to buy or renew your 2026 dog licenses. Not only are dog licenses required by law, but fees support the Franklin County Dog Shelter and Adoption Center. Buy or renew your dog licenses today at franklincountyauditor.com.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
apply, including VA benefits.
This holiday season, Germain Toyota of Columbus is unwrapping incredible savings on the toughest trucks around. Right now, drive home a 2025 or 2026 Toyota Tundra with an unbeatable 0% financing for up to 72 months. That's right, power, performance, and 0%. And there's more holiday cheer. Every Tundra is sold at MSRP with 20% due at signing. No gimmicks, no surprises, just real value on one of America's favorite full-size trucks. So upgrade to a brand new Toyota Tundra. Holiday savings at Germain Toyota of Columbus on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. One of these men was prom king. The other is Tyvis. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, guys, you've only got one life. Don't put off what you're trying to do for your best interest, for your family, for your livelihood, for the things you want to do. Don't put that off because you're saying, I don't have enough energy. That could be low testosterone. And it's tempting to just go online to try to fix your low testosterone issues, low T. Just go online, order a pill, be done with it. The problem is those one-size-fits-all solutions may not be right for you. That's why the Columbus Men's Clinic is the place you need to go to, because they have a medical foundation that their practice is built on. What they do there, it allows them to not do one size fits all. They can actually find a solution for you that's medically viable, that makes sense, that's the best thing for your body and your budget. So if you don't want to do the one size fits all thing, if you've tried that and it hasn't really helped, maybe that's because you need to go with the pros at Columbus Men's Clinic. Check them out today. You can go online, book in 30 seconds, get your consultation at columbusmensclinic.com. Or you can call them. 614-300-7400 is the number. They even have treatments that will help you maintain what you have. Even if you're not at low T stages yet, you could still keep what you have, get those results you're seeing in the gym, stuff like that. You can maintain it with Columbus Men's Clinic. Go online, book in 30 seconds, columbusmensclinic.com. Tyvis, you know what today is. Today is a very special day to us on this show. It's Tuesday. It's not Taco Tuesday, although that's good too. It's Hot Take Tuesday. I saw this in the YouTube chat. This was Matt said, Hot Take Tuesday, who let Walmart Myles Garrett host with T-Bone? Saying your facial hair looks like Myles Garrett a little bit.
No.
That's disrespectful.
Myles wishes he could look like this. Hot Take Tuesday. Dylan thought the Baker Bros were bad. Just wait until he meets the Deshaun dudes.
Oh, do those guys even exist anymore? I don't think so.
They have not. Remember they said that he had like a burner account?
Oh, he definitely had a burner account. I don't remember it. I know.
Was it like Leroy? Oh, my gosh.
Leroy Jenkins.
I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember what it was.
They was like, is this Deshaun tweet?
Oh, it was, because it was something like, you're right. It was
he kept
something
calling
like
himself 4.
Yes,
like, they ain't got no line for 4. Or the play calling is bad for 4. I was like, oh man, this is
that's bad.
Only in Cleveland.
He went to the Kevin Durant school of burner accounts.
Does JJ McCarthy have a burner account for 9? If he doesn't, he should get one. He needs one for that, I'm thinking, because this is going to be the only season you really can see JJ McCarthy. That's my Hot Take Tuesday is JJ McCarthy, one and done.
I was talking.
They're going to draft another quarterback and go get someone in free agency. That's what they're going to do.
I was talking to Sherm last night, and he was talking about, we were talking about Cam Ward, and he was like, yeah, he said he's okay. I don't think he's all that. And I was like, I say he's better than a lot of the quarterbacks from the class before. I said he better than J.J. McCarthy. He said, actually, I'd rather take J.J. And I couldn't believe he said that.
That's a hot take from Sherm.
I could not believe it.
Richard Sherman's
I about hung the phone up on him.
That's right. Yes, Tyvis, I agree with that.
It's good to know where you stand on the important issues. Oh, my. This is Morning Wood.
All right, every Tuesday we do Morning Wood, 6:45-ish. Dylan, Morning Wood question number 1, please.
All right, let me lay out the scenario for you real fast. So going into Sunday, the Eagles and the Bears had the same record, but the Eagles held the tiebreaker. Okay, so the Bears needed to win and an Eagles loss to get the 2 seed, or the Eagles could have just won and got the 2 seed.
Okay.
Philadelphia rested their starters on Sunday. They lost the game. The Bears won, so the Bears got the 2 seed in the NFC. Would you have prioritized health over seeding in that situation?
Yeah, I think I would have prioritized getting the number 2 seed, right? Because you're only getting a bye if you're getting the 1 seed?
Correct.
Okay.
So what this did is potentially in the divisional round, these 2 teams could play, and Chicago will now have home field over Philly.
Yeah, I'd rather host. And I think that anytime there's something like getting home field advantage, even if it's for 1 additional game, I would put that over the, getting a little extra rest. I know Nick Sirianni came out and said, this time of year, I want all my guys healthy. I'd rather have that than have the home field advantage. I can see it either way, but for me, I would rather have the home field advantage.
Honestly, I mean, either way, they're playing San Francisco. Obviously, they got some history there. San Francisco is a beat-up team, though. So, therefore, if you can find a way to slow down Kyle Shanahan's offense, you should be able to score offensively if you're Philly. So that matchup is not bad at all. I will agree with Nick Sirianni on the fact that, basically, essentially, you won't be good enough to get the number 1 seed to get the bye, but you just got your starters a bye. Like, that's essentially what just happened. And those are key, at this time of the season, being able to get that final week of rest. So I feel like it just didn't hurt them as much. Like, yeah, it'd be nice to have, that game. If it came down to it, you'll, be able to host that game. But if you're as good as you say you are, it doesn't matter if you're on the road or not. You should be able to win that game. And to me, I feel like home field is a little overrated. But you are talking to a guy. You are talking to a guy who loves to be the villain and loves to be on the road.
That's true. Morning Wood question number 2, Dylan.
If you could get rid of 1 state in the union, what would it be?
Oh. I'm trying to think of the states that I hate the most.
I don't really.
Oh, I got one for you.
State?
I got one for you. Missouri.
Why?
Get out of here. Because I've spent time in Missouri, and every time I've driven through there, I've just said, this is boring. This sucks. I don't like it. I spent a good amount of time in Columbia. When I say good amount of time, like a weekend. Columbia, Missouri is one of the most boring-ass towns I've ever been in. I don't know why anybody goes to school there. The fact that Eli Drinkwitz convinces people to play football there is shocking to me. No, Missouri, we don't need you. And then the Chiefs are playing in Kansas anyway. You can put St. Louis over in Illinois, and then just call it. Just expand the borders around that.
Ain't Kansas City? Where they moving to?
They're playing in Kansas. They're in Missouri, but they're going to move it over to Kansas. Is where the new stadium's going to be. So.
I'm surprised you're saying Missouri because Missouri was your side team this year.
Yeah, that's fine. I was rooting for the football team. It doesn't mean I like the state. Did I say let's go to a game?
No, you did not.
That's a terrible state. I hate Missouri.
There's no state that I just don't like.
Yeah, there is. All the ones that aren't Ohio, because you've said famously on the show.
The one up north.
The one up north. Yeah. But you know what?
Send them, get them out of here.
No, but you know what?
They're irrelevant. They're dead to me.
You know what, though? I'm actually going to defend the Mitten State for a minute.
What?
I'm going to defend it.
Why?
I'm going to say that Detroit Rock City has produced a lot of great musical acts for us. They have a lot going on there.
Motown as well.
My car I drive was built in Detroit, man. I got some respect for Detroit
What if I say like Vermont?
No, not Vermont.
I think
too much nature. It's beautiful up there.
The answer is North Dakota. North Dakota. What's there?
Why?
What's there? What's there?
The native people.
Carson
why
Wentz
do you hate the native
Lance.
people? See, that's indigenous. You don't want to take North Dakota away.
Canada could just swallow up North Dakota and we wouldn't know the difference.
Okay, Delaware.
Delaware's great. I've been there at Dover. That's a NASCAR track. It's fantastic. It's got the beaches.
New Hampshire.
Come on. Ryan Day. His brother who's investigating Jim Harbaugh. He lives there. We can't do that. Come on.
I'm trying to think of the states nobody talks. New Mexico.
No one talks about North
New
Dakota.
Mexico. We wouldn't have won World War II without Los Alamos. Right? Wasn't that where they were doing all that?
I would. North Dakota and Wyoming's the same thing to me.
Wyoming. Hello, Austin Ward. Do you like your Buckeye updates? That's where he came from. We can't get rid of Wyoming.
Austin Ward is from Wyoming.
He went to school there. He went to. He's a.
I thought he was from Tennessee.
Cowboy? What is the Wyoming?
I know that's their logo.
What is
and
the
that
Wyoming?
Josh Allen went there.
Yeah, that's what they have in common. Him and Josh Allen both went to Wyoming.
But Josh Allen's from California. He's not from Wyoming. He just went to school there.
That's fine. I'm telling you, AW is from there. That's his thing. He went to school there. So that's you can't have Austin Ward's journalistic integrity would not exist without Wyoming.
Alaska.
I mean,
a lot of people like vacation.
It's great for cruises. You've got cruises. Do you like fly fishing?
Ohio. How about that? What you say about that?
Us three idiots were born there, so let's get rid of it.
I already told you, Missouri. You have no argument for Missouri. Just delete it. We can go back to, and you know what? I would trade, by the way.
You cutting off your side.
Missouri.
Your side piece.
Missouri.
Side team, in case his wife's listening.
We get rid of Missouri and add in Puerto Rico. I'm all for that. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's make it happen. What are the biggest needs for the Buckeyes in the transfer portal? We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Tuesday. Well, traffic really starting to pick up around the metro, starting over in New Albany. We're noticing that congestion on 161 eastbound, particularly just passing 62 and right before Beach Road this morning, looking at 24 miles per hour out there. Also seeing some delays happening on 33 in that westbound direction over in our southeast corner. So just as you're heading towards Groveport this morning, once again, 33 westbound at Pickerington Road, pretty slow moving out there too. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? And did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? Hi, I'm Evan Bass, founder of the Columbus Men's Clinic, and I started this clinic a decade ago to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud, and even more so as we age. ED and low T tend to get worse if untreated. And guys, you're not alone. Your physician-led support team at the Columbus Men's Clinic has your back. For years, we've effectively treated ED and low T comprehensively, and with proven treatments dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate medical team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. That's columbusmensclinic.com.
Do you hate holiday pictures because of your teeth? What if a brand new smile was possible?
No matter what the current state of your mouth.
Welcome to Runyon Dental Group, home of the Implant and Smile Center, where gorgeous, healthy smiles become a reality.
At Runyon, we've built a team of some of the most highly trained arch and implant doctors in the entire nation. This isn't an ordinary dental practice.
We believe that everyone can have a great smile.
Including you, especially you. Your new smile is waiting at Runyon Dental Group.
Plumbing problems? Logan Services is here to help. We offer free estimates on water heaters, water softeners, sewers, and drains. Don't stress. Instead, take action and book your free appointment now. Logan Services.
Steve here from USA Insulation. Let me ask you a question. Do you know why your thermos keeps your coffee hot? Because it's insulated with foam. So let us do the same thing and insulate your home with our premium foam for only $99 a month, interest-free. The cold weather's here. There's nothing better than sitting in a warm, comfortable home with your loved ones and keeping that cold, drafty air outside. So make the call today, 529-2440, 529-2440 or usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
No one plans to get into an accident, but when it happens, we strive in making life easier for you. This is Justin Hinderer. The Hinderer Motor Company Collision Center is ICAR certified and certified by many manufacturers to provide the best quality repair available. All of our repairs come with a lifetime warranty. We have our own 24/7 towing service so you never have to wait. Plus, we offer on-site rental cars for every lifestyle. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team hosted the 10th-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers last night. Despite being down double digits multiple times throughout the game, the Buckeyes had a chance to tie it in the closing seconds, but a Christoph Tilley three sailed wide of the rim, and Nebraska came away with a 72-69 win over Ohio State. Coming up for the basketball Buckeyes is a two-game West Coast trip, starting with Oregon on Thursday. Speaking of a West Coast trip, the Columbus Blue Jackets are in California. They'll be taking on the San Jose Sharks tonight. Coverage starts at 9:30 tonight right here on The Fan. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. This year, don't set a goal without a clear course to results. Drop weight your first week and every week with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can also hop in the YouTube chat. Go to YouTube, 971 The Fan, T-Bone and Tyvis. We had a little discussion about which state we should get rid of. Dylan put that in Morning Wood today. That was one of the questions we had. And I said Missouri. Did you ever settle on a state?
You wouldn't let me.
What do you mean I wouldn't let you?
I wanted to say Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I argued that I would not get rid of Michigan, but you did. That's fine. That's your pick. That's fine. I chose otherwise.
Yeah, they're dead to me. The only thing about that is my brother-in-law lives up there. That's the only good thing about that.
Do you like him?
Yeah. He could come back to Ohio though.
Okay.
I'll give him the warning before we cut the state off. Like, you need to cross the border.
I'm pretty sure, I think Berm lives up in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he does.
Way up there. I know he lives way up there. Either way, I saw that Rusty in the chat had said, let's get rid of Alabama. I said, we can't do that because that's where your family's from. He said Texas, too many natural resources, can't get rid of Texas. Barbecue as well. He said Florida, Disney World, can't get rid of Florida. And then Louisiana. No, that's like where all the Cajun stuff and the shrimp comes from.
Yeah, my favorite city to eat in is New Orleans.
I've never been, but I think I would enjoy eating in New Orleans because all the videos I've watched of all the different restaurants, like
a shrimp po' boy or some crawfish. I've never had crawfish and I want to try it.
Yeah, I'm leery of like all the veins and
you're only supposed to eat the tail, I thought.
I don't know what you're supposed to eat, but they eat those. Some of the people down there eat everything. Like they suck the head and that's.
I don't know.
Got that. They do. They rip the head off and they suckle on that, and then they suck the tail and they suck at everything. There's like a mud vein or something you're not supposed to. I don't know. I don't want any part. I'm good with all that.
I always thought that you were supposed to just break the tail and eat the tail. Like,
I think
it's like
that's
a little
wasteful.
piece of the tail.
There's stuff. I don't know. I think there's stuff. I've never eaten them, so I'm the wrong person to ask. But it just looks disgusting. No thanks on that. All right. What are the biggest needs for the Buckeyes in the transfer portal? We've obviously been talking about this. Buckeyes are still active, trying to make some moves in the transfer portal. Here's my shopping list.
Ooh.
You tell me if I'm wrong.
A kicker.
Is that first for you? Because I want a kicker, but I would also like a few other pieces before that.
That Illinois kicker is supposedly going to Texas A&M. So cross him off the list.
Good. Are you surprised?
You say you going where?
Texas A&M.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Let him live.
It's crazy.
He's going to go be a yell leader down at Kyle Field.
Yeah. All right. Here are my shopping list for this transfer portal that we're in right now. Right side of the offensive line, you need to not miss. And I don't even know if it's necessarily the right side. You need to get like a stud tackle and then move everybody back because they've shifted so many guys to fill holes because they just didn't have the right guys in the right spots, and they've had to move guys around out of their natural positions. Get a stud tackle. I don't care which side you put him on, but make sure he's good. And then you can move everybody back to their normal positions where they'd usually play, and I think that fixes a lot of your issues.
Do you know the last time they went out last year and tried to get a tackle?
Ethan Onianwa.
He
paid him, $1 million, $2 million?
Like
he
that.
Absolutely couldn't even crack the 2 deep.
I don't think he touched it this year.
No, bad. And
they might be a little scarred on that one.
Okay.
Who replaced Austin Sarah? Because isn't he like leaving?
Sarahveld?
Yeah.
Is he?
Isn't he?
Maybe you're right. I may have
via
memory
what?
That.
He has eligibility left. He's not in the portal.
Oh, I thought he was a senior. Okay,
no. Okay.
I mean, how much
I didn't think they were losing anybody off the offensive line other than like Tegra is obviously in the portal. Tegra Shabola.
Carson Hinsmith.
No, he hasn't officially.
He can come back.
He said he's debating.
This is ridiculous, man. I'm
telling you, he could come back.
What is the kid from Band? Is this everybody Diego Pavia? Like, come on, man. It's over.
I don't know.
It's all this extra year stuff.
I don't know. I'm just telling you.
All these kids is getting 6-7 years.
Well, please don't say 6-7. I'm still dealing with the trauma of that over the last 8 months. All right. I think you could safely say now that they should probably go out and get some depth in the secondary. Well, don't you think that's a need for this team?
I bet you it is.
I mean, given that you had a couple of your guys that you've had the last couple of years who have now suddenly decided to depart very quickly, and Bryce West and, why am I blanking, Aaron Scott Jr., right?
Yeah.
Like, losing both those guys probably means you need to attack the depth there at very least. Wide receiver depth might be a thing, but the number one thing I've skipped over is you need someone on the edge. I think you need to go out and get a premier edge rusher. So Chaz Coleman being supposedly a visitor today at Ohio State. That's the former Penn State recruit who was there at Penn State, hasn't played a whole lot yet, but he was also on the list for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes, were in the battle for him with Penn State. He ended up picking Penn State, but an Ohio guy, that was the dude who was talking to the Redcoat that I paid some money to talk to. The Redcoat, I gave some bag of cash and said, there's more where that comes from.
I am more worried about the interior of the defensive line because you're losing. I'm assuming you're losing K-Mac.
Cade McDonald hasn't said he's going anywhere yet, but
I'd be shocked if he decides to come back again. Tyrone Malone was a senior, so I think he's done. And you're going to be left with Edric Houston, and I don't know who else. So to me, if you want to win, if you ain't got them defensive tackles, I don't care what nobody say. If you ain't got them defensive tackles, they going to run that ball straight down the middle of the field. And that's just until you figure that out. And if you're going to play with undersized linebackers, that's not going to work because them guards going to get up on them and get hands on them, and it's going to be hard to fight off of that. So
I
want them to get some type of defensive tackle at some point. Definitely would love an edge rusher, nice playmaker. I just think you need a rotation of guys. Obviously Zion Grady was good when we seen him in there, rotate in there. Kenyatta Jackson will probably be back. So, you got some people there, but I like to have a rotation of guys that can make plays. And then the wide receivers, corner and wide receivers is 100% right. Wide receivers losing. You're going to lose Cardinal Tate to the draft. Mylan Graham is already gone in the portal. You lost Demarion Witten, who wasn't playing at all. Bryson Rogers, who was a depth guy. So next year, you project that the starting receivers will probably be Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Ennis, and a lot of people say Chris Henry Jr. with rotating with Quincy Porter. But after that,
right,
that's where I'm like,
sure.
Okay, so if somebody gets hurt, what happens? Because
this is what people
we somehow are not planning for. Like the year we won a national championship, we had so many guys get hurt on the offensive line, but it was fine because you had all these guys that could come in and be depth pieces and could go in and get it done.
Who was one of those guys that got hurt on the offensive line? Seth McLaughlin, who was a big-time transfer in and who was good until he got hurt during that national championship season, right? So, that's a piece, too, that kind of gets overlooked is if you bring in a guy who is a stud and who can play, and then that guy, let's say, gets hurt, all that means is now the depth, you've created depth either way. Whether you get the depth from the transfer portal or you bring them in as a starter, for me, I would rather have them as starters and then hope that they don't get hurt. But I'll tell you this, if you said you have an unlimited budget, but you can only pick two positions on the football field, that's the only two you're allowed to go after in the transfer portal. For me, it would be, like you said, offensive line, defensive line.
That's it.
That's your number one issue with this team right now is the toughness factor, as we have brought up time and time again, and has been exposed time and time again when they play good, equal talent on the offense and defensive lines.
It's not fair because it was a tale of two halves. In the first half, they absolutely got destroyed in the trenches. In the second half, I don't necessarily say that because they actually. The second half to me was really on Julian. I just think he missed a lot of things.
Well, of the Cotton Bowls, sure, but you also have the Indiana game to look at too. That's
a whole nother story.
I just and it's not just this year. It's been multiple years where you have seen that over time where that has been the case. And the only times where it hasn't, the only time it wasn't was in 2024 when you spent in the portal. And by the way, you also brought in a brilliant running back in Quinshon Judkins. You brought in a safety who's still playing awesome, or was playing awesome for you. Now he's done, and Caleb Downs most likely. But, that's how you won a national championship, was going out in the transfer portal and getting studs. So go do that again this year, and hopefully they will.
I don't think it's fair to bring up the national championship team by you guys, though, because they had so many people come back, and then their backups were people that you thought were going to be starters that year. They spent a lot of money just retaining dudes.
Yeah, but
that's why that team was so successful. They did go out in the portal as well.
But they got three studs. Caleb Downs is a stud. Quinshon Judkins a stud. Seth McLaughlin, stud. Got hurt.
And Will Howard.
And Will Howard. There's four. There you go. Studs. So you got to go spend and get some studs. That's what I'm saying. All right, another Dylan joins us, not producer Dylan. Dylan Tyre from the Blue Jackets. We'll talk a little Jackets hockey. They start their road trip tonight out west. We'll discuss with him when we come back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday. We just had a crash that cleared up over by Pickaway County this morning, so really just south of our metro. It was happening on 23 in that northbound direction, just past Wigan or Wigan Road, where a left lane was blocked in that area. Again, crew members just left, but I'm still seeing some lingering slowdowns because of some congestion out there. 11 miles per hour for your travel times, guys. Just take it nice and easy on this Tuesday morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? And did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? Hi, I'm Evan Bass, founder of the Columbus Men's Clinic, and I started this clinic a decade ago to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud, and even more so as we age. ED and low T tend to get worse if untreated. And guys, you're not alone. Your physician-led support team at the Columbus Men's Clinic has your back. For years, we've effectively treated ED and low T comprehensively and with proven treatments dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate medical team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. That's columbusmensclinic.com.
Is 2026 the year you achieve your health goals? The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week, but not OJ because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
Teachers need tons of help.
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America. 200 food banks strong.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Winters can be brutal here in the Columbus area, and if you're cold in your home with the heat running constantly, it's probably your old, inefficient windows that are the problem. The good news is that Window Nation can help you get through this season because in the last 20 years, they've installed over 3 million energy-efficient windows nationally, and they're trusted by thousands of Columbus homeowners to keep their homes comfy and cozy year-round, while also saving them money on monthly utility bills. And right now, they're more affordable during the Window Nation Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale. It's a great time to replace all the windows in your home. Plus, you could get your windows with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. You'll be surprised by the dramatic difference new windows will make. Your home will be better protected against the weather, feel warm and dry, and you'll love the lower utility bills. The pros at Window Nation will guide you every step of the way. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 sale going on now. The sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com right now. Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Starting off the day mostly cloudy with temperatures right around freezing, but we significantly warm up this afternoon with breezy winds and cloudy skies, scattered showers as well with highs in the low 50s. For tonight, cloudy overnight with lows dropping down into the upper 30s, and we'll still hold on to those breezy winds out of the west. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan. T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
There's a score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
You look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Well, the Blue Jackets are out west tonight. They are taking on San Jose, 10 o'clock. Coverage starts right here on the Fan at 9:30. Dylan Tyre from Blue Jackets Radio Network joining us now on the Fan Guest Hotline. Dylan, good morning. How important is this road trip for the Blue Jackets to try to keep the momentum that they mostly had until Sunday in that loss to Pittsburgh?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me. I would say it's huge. You need the Blue Jackets to go on a run. They were able to do that a little bit. They would have really had some momentum, like you said, if it weren't for that collapse against the Pittsburgh Penguins. But this is a big road trip when it comes to taking all that back. Some good tests away from Nationwide Arena on that trip, or on this trip. And yeah, if the Blue Jackets want to be a playoff team this season, I would say this is a massive, massive road trip in their final month before the Olympic break.
Dylan, how many out of the 4 games, how many of them do they absolutely need to win?
Well, with the point system in the NHL, I would say you're looking for at least 4 or 5 out of a possible 8 points for the Blue Jackets. I mean, if we're speaking, realistically here, I would say the Blue Jackets want to win at least 3 of these games. I think T-Bone started off talking about momentum, and momentum is a real thing for the Blue Jackets right now. So you go to San Jose, Vegas, Colorado, Utah. You're looking at wanting to win 3 of those games.
Mason Marchment is an interesting guy, I feel like, for this Jackets team because he is physical. He's a big dude, but he's also been one of the most effective offensive weapons they've had on this team. And I was talking about this yesterday with Bob McElligott, that I feel like there's 2 ways to look at him. Either it's, man, this veteran addition was great by this front office, and he makes a lot of sense, and that is awesome that he's playing well. However, also, it is telling that you can bring in a guy who's a decent player, add him to this roster of a lot of young guys, and suddenly he becomes one of the most productive players. Does that speak a little bit to how good he is? But also, does it speak a little bit to how much this roster needs to step up? And some of these younger players haven't been getting that job done. When you see a real pro come in, you go, wow, that's what it should look like.
I think that's a fair point. And yeah, he is a good hockey player. He had a rough start this season in Seattle. It was his first year with the Kraken. It wasn't a great fit. Change of scenery here with the Blue Jackets, and it seemingly worked right away. The thing that I like about Mason Marchment, and I was talking to some people about this the other day, is he kind of just plays. Like, he goes out there and he affects the game every single shift. Like, he plays a very, very simple game. It's see puck, find puck, get puck, and put it on net. Like, there's not a lot of depth to that game, which is a good thing right now. I think there's something to be said for that, especially when it comes to some of those young players that you talked about, and maybe they haven't stepped up this season. Well, there's a simplicity to Mason Marchment's game that I think is repeatable. It's admirable. It's something that some of those young guys can look at and say, all right, well, this guy goes out there and he finds a way to affect the hockey game every single shift he plays. He creates havoc in the offensive zone that puts stress on a defense and puts stress on a goalie in a way that maybe the Blue Jackets haven't had the ability to consistently this season, because maybe they are trying to make the fancy play, or they are trying a little bit too hard to snap out of a funk, if that makes any sense. So I think it's a valid point by you, and there is just something about Mason Marchment that he's so simple that it's been effective.
I want to ask you about the young guys. Adam Fantilli. Now, when Adam Fantilli was drafted, or in the draft, everybody told me he was the best college guy in that draft. Why is it taking so long for him to truly become that star for the Blue Jackets? Because he's a guy that I continuously hear he needs to take that next step. He needs to be that guy. What's holding him back?
Yeah, it's a tough situation for Adam Fantilli, because you're seeing guys that he was drafted with, and you're seeing Macklin Celebrini, who was drafted a year later, really take that next step and explode. Like, Connor Bedard was the number 1 overall pick the year that Adam Fantilli was drafted, and he was the leading scorer in the NHL this season, but then got hurt. Macklin Celebrini has been towards the top of the NHL in scoring this season. He just made Team Canada for the Olympics. He was drafted a year after Adam Fantilli. Leo Carlson, who was the guy picked right in front of Adam Fantilli, has been the lead horse for the Anaheim Ducks, who have been a surprise team in the NHL this season. I don't necessarily think it's taking that long for Adam Fantilli. We're talking about a guy that scored 31 goals last season. He was the youngest 30-goal scorer in the NHL. That's a breakout. This year, you haven't seen Adam score at that exact pace, but if you think back to last season, he exploded in the second half of the season. Where are the Blue Jackets right now? Well, they just hit the halfway mark in their last game against Pittsburgh. He's playing right now at a 24-goal pace. He had 12 goals in the first half. You know, if history says anything, he'll pick it up in the second half. I'm hoping that's the case for Adam Fantilli, but I would say that is the next step for him, is just finishing. Adam has had his chances this season. It's not like he's had a bad year by any means, and I think he'd be the first to tell you that he wants to bury more of his chances. So it's just that extra attention to detail, and I think he's also guilty at times of how I was talking about with Mason Marchment. Adam is a guy that will maybe try too hard at times, over-try. And I think if he were able to simplify his game a little bit, you might see a little bit more success from Adam Fantilli. But there's no need to be hitting the panic button on a guy that scored 31 goals last season. He's on pace to have similar numbers this year, but I do understand that frustration too. You want to see him explode and be that 80, 90-point guy, but I still do think that's coming. He's still early in his career.
Dylan Tyre from the Blue Jackets Radio Network joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline. Jackets in San Jose to take on the Sharks tonight at 10. Coverage starts at 9:30 right here on the Fan. Speaking of that Sharks team, they've been playing well. However, their last outing was against the Lightning, where they got smoked 7-3. And there was a big fight in that game because some of the Lightning players were viewed to be going after Macklin Celebrini, their star young player, and the Sharks took offense to that. So tonight, we know Mason Marchment likes to mix it up. We know Matthew Olivier likes to mix it up. Like, is that a little bit of a formula to maybe try to poke this Sharks team a little bit into a little more aggression?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is certainly a thing that teams will try to do throughout the rest of this season in the National Hockey League. When you see a young guy like that having so much success, what else are you going to do, right? You got to try and knock the guy off his game somehow. I'll be curious to see if the Blue Jackets kind of go with that. I will say sometimes you do that when the other team doesn't have a guy that can step up and answer the bell. Ryan Reeves is a member of the San Jose Sharks, so they definitely have a heavyweight, a guy that can mix it up with a player like Matthew Olivier. But, you know, I think you saw in the game that the Blue Jackets played against the New York Islanders, Mason Marchment was a little chippy with Matthew Schaefer, the number 1 overall pick this year, and the Islanders took exception to that. It got Matt Barzal kicked out of the game. So we will see. I mean, I would not be surprised to see the Blue Jackets try to make things difficult on Macklin Celebrini and some of the other young players on San Jose for that matter. Does that mean you're taking runs at the guy? I don't think it goes that far, but hey, you always want to make it difficult on the other team's best players.
There you go. Dylan Tyre joining us. Jackets take the ice tonight at 10 out west. They start the 4-game Western road trip. We'll have all the action for you right here on the Fan. Dylan, thanks for getting up this morning. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon, bud, okay?
All right. Have a good day, guys. Thank you.
There you go. Dylan Tyre on the Fan Guest Hotline. Yeah, I'd love to see the Jackets just get the 2 points tonight, start this road trip off right, because then you've got the rest of the way in this one. It's a little bit of a rough road trip there for sure. Not that San Jose is going to be an easy task by any stretch of the imagination, but you've got the Knights, you've got the Avs, and then you finish off in Utah with what I think should be called Utahki, but instead they called them the Utah Mammoth, which it's fine, but should have been Utahki. That's what I would have called it. Utah hockey, combine it, Utahki. No?
No.
Right,
no. That's as bad as the Washington football team.
All right, fine. We'll come back 2 minutes. It's a Hot Take Tuesday, so we'll have more of those coming up next. Your hot takes next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are closely monitoring an incident downtown after at least 2 cars collided. It happened on 71, that southbound ramp as you're heading towards 670 westbound. So do expect some lane closures. Really, a right shoulder could be restricted out there. Again, 2 cars involved. Just be mindful of other crew members and police officers currently on scene. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Guys and ladies, get real about your health this new year with Synergenics and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free. And the women's hormone test, normally $299, is only $99 now, and the weight loss consultation is free. You can walk in or book an appointment now at getmyhealthfix.com. So if you've been suffering from the symptoms of low testosterone, such as constant tiredness, lack of focus, or just feeling off, at Synergenics and Low T Center, you can meet with a real provider. You get real medication, and you get real results. Plus, you can choose if you want to be treated in the clinic or if you want to receive at-home treatment. Either way, it all starts with a simple, quick, free TRT test at the center. The on-site lab means you get results in about 20 minutes. No waiting for days like other places. For a limited time, the women's hormone test only $99 and the men's test is free. Go to getmyhealthfix.com. That's getmyhealthfix.com.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
During our BOGO sale, select fresh Tyson chicken, Giant General Mills cereal, Entenmann's, and more are buy one, get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. New special guests in everything scarlet and gray, the Fan. All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And tracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, plenty to get to. We're going to talk some Browns 1 hour from now with Zach Jackson. Covers the Browns for The Athletic. He was in attendance for that press conference. We will talk with him in an hour about all the, I don't know if drama is the right word in Cleveland, but they fired Kevin Stefanski. Andrew Berry remains. We will talk about that whole idea with him. I know you have Zach Jackson. You talk with him a lot up on the Cleveland Sports Show, Ultimate Cleveland Sports Shows.
Yeah, we like Zach because Zach keeps it real.
Oh, he does.
And sometimes I'll be like, you okay to say that? Like you gonna say that and then walk in their building and they go just.
Oh, he's been doing it for so long. That's what I appreciate, the guys who will like say what they say and then immediately go and interview the person and be like, yeah, I just said that. Your thoughts? And they'll just put a microphone right in front of their face. And that's Zach Jackson. So we'll talk with him 1 hour from now. It is, though, a great day here on T-Bone and Tyvis. It's Tuesday.
It's Hot Take Tuesday!
So you know people are getting them off in the chat. YouTube is where you go. 971 The Fan, T-Bone and Tyvis.
What are they doing in the chat?
Getting their hot takes off. Calm down. Calm down, Dylan. Get your mind out of the gutter. Jeremy said this: Ryan Day's philosophy of coasting to wins, playing the least amount of snaps possible while leaning on the defense, is what ultimately cost Ohio State this season.
Yeah, they played the least amount of snaps as possible, all right.
They did. I mean, that's what happens when you lose games. You're done playing now.
You played 2 less games than you thought you would. There you go.
Let me stick on this from Jeremy for a second, because he brings up a point, and I'm curious what you think about this, Tyvis, because we know about the philosophy that Ryan Day had, which was, let's limit the possessions so we put fewer miles on the bodies of these guys. They're going to hopefully play to a national championship. We know that didn't work out. But the thought was, we're going to not go with a tempo-style offense. We're not going to try to get as many plays as possible. And one thought I keep kicking around in my head, didn't they change the clock a few years ago? Where they said, it used to be like every time there was a first down, they'd stop the clock, ball go out of bounds, would stop the clock. And now they've changed some of those rules to make the game go a little quicker until you get to the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, he complained about it. He said, we're not getting enough plays in.
Mm-hmm. Right.
When the rule first changed, he was very upset about it.
Right. So now what we've done is we've switched from that to, in college football, just everyone's total plays are down. Total yardage in games is down. There aren't as many opportunities for offenses to score. So what we've done at Ohio State is say, not only are we not going to do anything to change, we're actually going to further embrace that by having possessions that eat up a lot of clock and take even longer to score. So your margin for error in a close game, like in the second half of that Miami game, I know it's been talked about ad nauseum, but they had 3 possessions in the second half, other than the one at the very end where they had, a play or 2 plays that was with 20 seconds left, where it was kind of like a Hail Mary type situation. They only had 3 meaningful possessions in the second half of a game where you're down 2 scores. help me with the math on that. How is that going to be an effective way for you to come back and win that game if you can only have 3 of those type of possessions in a half?
Well, it's funny because when they actually went tempo, that was when they were the most effective, because you think about those edge rushers that they have, the best way, if they're tired, they can't really be effective. So I thought that in the second half, because I think they did it right before halftime, they did some tempo and it was very effective. I thought in the second half they would, implement that more. I think that, to be honest with you, when you really go back and rewatch the game and you do some breakdown of the film, it's a tale of 2 halves, and we really are making more of it than what it is.
I don't know that we
this
are,
is me
man.
saying this. I think we make it more of it because the second half, to me, what really, it was just on Julian. Julian just got spooked. That's just kind of what it comes down to. At the end of the day, I think he got hit so many times in that first half that he was spooked in the second half, because there are so many plays you could point to where guys are just wide open and he's just not seeing it for whatever reason. And that, to me, a lot of it came in the second half. So to me, that's just the guy that, it wasn't the play call. The play call was actually great, and I think that due to the fact that the offensive line was not successful in the first half affected how Julian felt in the second half.
So you're saying some of this, perhaps maybe the pass wasn't as bad in the second half, but he was already taking his eyes from downfield because he was so busy looking in front of him, where the guy, it was plays of Cardell Tate streaking down the middle of the field wide open. Yeah. I think it might have happened twice. The Max Clare miss. Yeah. His eyes just continued to get down in front of him too soon, and he didn't trust his guys. And like I said, I can understand that. You get hit pretty bad in the first half. I can understand why you got a little happy feet, but if he just realized, all right, these dudes, they made some changes on the offensive line. These guys are actually getting it done. He just didn't trust it. Can I ask this question, too, since we're on the, again, here's another Hot Take Tuesday. The fact that this coaching staff, Ryan Day, and everybody else involved does not seem to care at all about the special teams play being inadequate is a microcosm of what goes wrong when it goes south for Ryan Day. Because it's attention to detail. You don't need special teams 95% of the time. You shouldn't need special teams 95% of the time at Ohio State. But much like if you're preparing a great meal, the majority of your preparation in making a great meal is selecting the right ingredients, understanding the recipe, adding the right spices at the right times, temperature control, all that stuff. But if you don't set out a plate and forks and knives when it's time to serve the meal, if you haven't set the table, the meal doesn't work. It's a very minor thing to put a plate on a table and a fork and a knife, but if you don't do that for this great meal you've made, you don't have everything necessary to complete the great meal you've come up with. So in my mind, if you don't have a guy who can nail a field goal from 40 yards because, hey, you got behind schedule, somebody dropped a wide open pass, your quarterback made a bad read, but hey, we can still get 3 points out of this. When you don't pay attention to that stuff, suddenly in a close game, like they found themselves in Indiana, like they found themselves against Miami, now you can't rely on that. When you further have in that Miami game, a guy punt the ball 55 yards or whatever it was. Remember that punt that came back? Because special teams had what'd they have? Procedural penalty. You lined up wrong. Because, again, they don't put emphasis on this stuff. They don't care about it, at least as far as I can tell. So then you took a big field-shifting punt that flipped the field for you. You negate that. You ended up having a 20-yard swing on that play. And then what did Miami do on that drive? They went down and scored. So, I'm not saying maybe they would have scored if you had them back 20 yards further, but it would have, been such a demoralizing thing to have to start from such a bad field position. These are the little things that just they don't seem to care about. And that's just free money. Why wouldn't you care about special teams, man? I understand it's not better than having great wide receivers and a stud defensive line, but why don't they care?
I mean, we can't.
They don't put an emphasis on it.
Well, I mean, they tried to go get the kicker from where you at? Illinois? Where you say he was from?
Tried.
Yes, attempted. Illinois.
Attempted.
Best kicker in the Big Ten, Texas A&M.
I mean, they
want to throw a bag to the kicker?
No.
Yeah. Is that what you saying?
Give him 7 figures.
No.
Who cares?
No. What I'm saying is we're not going to give anybody credit for trying. This is big boy college football. You're Ohio State. Do or do not. There is no try, Yoda. Right? That's.
You gonna throw a bag to the kicker?
I didn't say throw a bag. I'm saying you got to win. You got to win some of these battles. And because we don't put an emphasis on it, because we don't seem to care, this is the type of thing that bites you in the butt. Quite honestly, think about that Texas game last year.
What more could they have done to get the kicker?
Think about the Texas game in the playoffs last year. If it came down to if Quinn Ewers doesn't get the strip sack, obviously you have a great play made there. One that will live in infamy, right?
Like if Paul Feinbaum says if they put Arch Manning in the game and they score there.
No.
According to me and Paul Feinbaum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, sure.
Did you see him at the beginning of this season? No, he probably would have threw a pick 6.
Sure. Like, I'm just pointing out here that if that play doesn't get made, and it did, and that's great, but that is another game where that could have come down to kicking. And do we have any faith that the kicking situation would have been any better? Like, my point is because a defensive player stepped up and made a humongous, life-altering play. When you have a historic play in Ohio State history, that is what allowed you to win that game, clearly. But Texas was driving and could have scored it to make that an interesting game where suddenly maybe you need your field goal kicker. I'm just saying we might have seen this problem come up a year ahead of time. We thankfully didn't have to because great players made great plays in a big moment. But when that doesn't happen, you shouldn't just say, oh, well, can't win. You should have a kicker who could say, oh, actually, he nailed a kick for us and we won.
We technically don't have a punter or a kicker, right, on roster? Because I'm sure wasn't Jaden a senior and the other guy hit the portal. And then the punter went to – where did he – I just seen he transferred to somebody.
Nick McClarty – isn't he another – we have 2 punters, right? There's Joey McGuire and then there's the Nick McClarty. One of them's
Nick
huge.
McClarty is the one that left, right?
Yeah. I don't know what Joey McGuire – I don't know. What I'm saying is I shouldn't have to know any of these names. I should just know, oh, yeah, that's the guy that bangs the punts down inside the 10-yard line every time we need to punt. Hey, there's the guy who hits 50-yarders in his sleep because we're Ohio State and we have that. We don't, and it just bothers me. I don't understand why we don't pay attention to simple things like that. All right, some bad news for a former Columbus coach. We will talk about that next. Oh, and Tyvis, you have some questions for me.
I do.
All right, so I'm going to be in the hot seat. It's a Hot Take Tuesday here on The Fan. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Well, traffic is definitely getting slower for our friends over on the east side. This time around, Reynoldsburg and Bryce, 70 westbound over by Bryce Road this morning. Noticing those slower road conditions out here. But hey, if you're heading out from Dublin and Hilliard, no issues 270 in both directions, southbound and northbound. And some much better news if you're coming into the city from Madison County, 70 east, West Jefferson to 270. Clocking you in at 11 minutes right here on our map in the green. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
At Babs R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement. As the Midwest's fastest growing 5-star bathroom remodeler, we're more than just transformations. We're a community driven by a mission to bring your dreams to life. Our installation team, part of the Babs R Us community, isn't just skilled. They're dedicated to respecting your home. Each day, they bring craftsmanship and hustle, turning your dream space, no matter the size, into reality. Together, we embrace a culture that values diversity, collaboration, and giving back. From supporting local projects to fostering a workplace where every voice is valued. Babs R Us is more than a company. It's a community of experts. We're also expanding locations to create more possibilities for homeowners across the Midwest. Wherever you are, you'll find us ready to turn your dreams into something you can see, feel, and enjoy every day. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, loans and no monthly payments. Call 380-2255-BAB to schedule your free estimate or go to babsrus.com. Babs R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hey folks, winter is here. The number one cost for everyone each month are those pesky heating bills that never stop increasing. It is time to take action and do something about it. Call USA Insulation today and get your home insulated with our premium foam for only $99 a month, interest-free. That's right, $99 a month. You can have a warm, cozy home that you and your family deserves. 529-2440, 529-2440 or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation. I lost count of how many foster homes I lived in. 20, maybe more. Each time, a new family, a new room, but never a space that felt like mine.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a permanent home.
Now I have my own room and decorated it myself. And just like my family, it's mine to keep.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
If only there was a radio show that constantly talked about Ohio State athletics. Well, good news. It's real, baby. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Planning to buy a home in 2026? Not sure where to start? The Ohio Housing Finance Agency can help. With a step-by-step homebuyer's guide and financial tools, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency can make homeownership part of your future. Eligible homebuyers may qualify for down payment assistance and reduced mortgage interest rates. To see if you qualify and to find a mortgage lender, visit myohiohome.org. Again, that's myohiohome.org. Homeownership. Make it part of your future. Sponsored by the Ohio Housing Finance Agency, aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Fall is a season of change, and Hinderer Motor Company is turning over a new leaf with big savings. This is Justin Hinderer. Right now, any one of our participating locations is paying up to $3,500 over Kelley Blue Book value. That's right. Drive in your current vehicle and leaf with one of ours today. Don't wait. The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis says that in all his years being in football locker rooms, he never once looked at another man's junk. He cannot say the same thing about working at this radio station. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I guess that's the difference between low T and having high T, I guess, at that point, because back when I was banging, testosterone was not a problem for me. But now that I have low testosterone, maybe, whatever.
Maybe. Keep going.
Man, the new year is here, and improving your health may be one of your big resolutions. But when you're tired, low on energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing progress in the gym, staying committed can be tough. I call it Ace Shot Fridays, because every Friday you go get a shot in the ace. That's what happens when you have low T. It starts in your early to mid 30s. Guys start losing 2 to 3% of testosterone production every year. It happens gradually, and before you know it, you're just not the same guy that you were in your 20s and your 30s. You could be feeling a decrease in libido. You could be putting on weight, less productive at the gym, poor sleep patterns, sad or depressed. If any of these symptoms are you or what you're feeling, then I encourage you to go to tristatemenshealth.com and take their low T quiz. It's a simple 10-question yes or no quiz that takes 2 minutes. After that, you want to schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health, where they'll have your results within 30 minutes. You'll have a licensed medical provider will review the results with you, and you guys will make the decision together. There are 6 locations located in Ohio, actually, or no, not in Ohio, just period. There's 2 of them located in Columbus. One is in Westerville. The other one is in Hilliard, where Timmy goes.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Schedule a consult with them today. Call them at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com. Tell them Tyvis sent you.
It is a Hot Take Tuesday. I saw this on the Twitter account, @BoneandTyvis971. You can tweet us there. This is Captain Bly, who says, now that Stefanski has been fired, the Browns will never figure out just exactly how to #get better.
That's funny. That's funny.
We need to play better.
That's right. Yeah, not going to hear that anymore.
You're not going to miss that.
Zach says, Hot Take Tuesday. Tuesdays are the worst day of the week. Nobody cares about how your weekend was anymore. You still have a majority of the week to go. Tuesday's Gone by Lynyrd Skynyrd is actually a celebration to play for surviving another Tuesday. I mean,
he's got a point.
Tuesday does I'm not going to lie. People always talk about Wednesday's hump day, or as Bo calls it, First Friday, right? So you have that kind of going for you. You are getting past the 50% mark through Wednesday. Tuesday's just I think that's why we do Taco Tuesday, right? Because, tacos make me feel better. Whenever you have tacos, that's good.
Food makes you feel better.
Yeah, this is very true. By the way, speaking of Taco Tuesday, I didn't even bring this guy up yet. Taco Dowler? My guy last night.
Goodness.
Did you see this dude?
No, I didn't watch
this. Dude, number one, I don't know why we haven't talked more about this today, because I only get to I don't even really get to have a say in this, but I think he should be a part of the nominating process at the very least, because he's CWB.
What's the dude that I don't know? Bob Ross?
Oh, well, we'll get to that in a second. Taco Dowler plays for Montana State. Bo Bishop, I'm sure, will have lots to say about this on Bishop and Friends. They won the FCS National Championship last night. They beat, was it Northern Illinois? One of the Illinois. Some directional. Who cares? Anyway, they beat them. They won. Taco Dowler caught a fourth down pass in overtime to tie the game. And then, of course, they kicked the extra point. They won it. He had a monster game. He had over 100 yards receiving. He did the same thing in the Montana game a couple weeks ago when they played that game. That was a playoff game for them. Taco Dowler. His name is Taco.
Illinois,
How can we not love him here?
Illinois State.
You bringing up Taco reminded me of my favorite name in the transfer portal, which has been Turbo Richard.
Yeah.
Who's on Boston College and now going to Indiana.
We got a Turbo Rogers on Ohio State.
Indiana got a guy that's crazy. They're in the middle of the playoffs. I was told once you get in the playoffs, you can't go in the transfer portal and get guys. It's crazy how that coaching staff managed
I'm wondering if Gus Johnson's going to be calling this guy Turbo Dick. That's what I want. What? That's what I want from Gus Johnson this year.
By the way, Mike says yes.
That threw me off. I was not expecting this.
By the way, Mike says throw a bag at kickers. Kickers are 45% of Ryan Day's 12 losses. So he wants the kickers to get paid, Tyvis.
You want to throw a bag to a kicker?
That's what he said. Now, how about this situation? Former Columbus Crew head coach Wilfried Nancy, who I was a big fan of, am a big fan of. I thought it was a good signing by Celtic over in Scotland to bring him in as their new head coach. They have fired him after he went 2-6 to start his time there. And this is going to sound like I'm running public relations for Wilfried Nancy. This is going to sound very homerish of me. But let me explain to you why I think this was a dumb idea by Celtic. Let me explain what happened. Okay? He went over to a place that you think we're intense about Ohio State football, the SEC, that type of stuff. The hottest message board you've seen this week, where they've got takes like Ryan Day should be investigated for fraud and all this stuff, like that is a typical press conference in Scotland about their soccer teams when it comes to Celtic. That's how passionate their fans are. Their fans are insane. Their problem,
clearly, they fired the guy.
Fired him after 8 games, 2-6.
How many games is in a season?
Like 34, 35.
Really?
Yeah, they play a lot of games. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they play a lot of games. So
he make it a quarter through the season.
So here's the thing. They hired him for one specific purpose, which was Celtic always dominates their little local league in Scotland. They beat all the teams in Scotland. Then they go play in the Champions League where they play the best teams in Europe and they get smoked. And so what they brought him in to do was to build a team that could actually compete in Europe. But what the fans want is to dominate the little games they play every week in Scotland. He's a big picture guy. They're focused on the immediate little results right in front of them. And the problem is you don't have time to build the big picture thing when you have 8 games apparently and they fire your ass. So
well, they said
that's just sucks for him.
Chris G said that they had not lost 4 in a row since 1978.
No, they have. I mean, this is how they operate because that team, yes, they have super high expectations, but also he came in the middle of the season.
8 games.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
You say 34?
Yeah. Right. I'm telling you.
Wait a minute, let me get this right. He moved his family from Columbus out there?
Dude, I don't even know if they unpacked. It's been like 30 days.
They said 30 days.
I mean, it's what most places have a 90-day money-back guarantee. He got 30 days.
If they would have fired him a week sooner, he could have maybe came back here.
Well, if the Crew, they just hired a new head coach last week on New Year's Eve. That was a brilliant time to make that announcement.
Who you like
no one
more?
saw it. I would take the guy who already won here.
Okay.
I don't know the other guy. He might be good, but
the way he just got done, the Crew could do worse.
I mean,
instead of 30 days, it could be 1 week.
Yeah, that's bad. That sucks, man. I was so looking forward to rooting for him and Celtic, and then like having the new regime here, and now
didn't you go on some Australian podcast?
I went on a Celtic podcast and spent 30 minutes talking with a guy about why I thought this would work and why I thought it would be great.
You lost all credibility.
I want to be on that cold takes, freezing cold takes. If they find that audio, oh, your boy's cooked. I'm cooked. Nothing's good from that. Nothing. Oh, they hate. I'll tell you what. In Scotland, they hate my ass right now. They hate me because I was like, you got to listen. Wilfried Nancy is going to be great. Nope. Didn't work. All right.
You got any Scottish heritage? I feel like you would.
I think I do. It's like the Scotch-Irish settled large swaths of Appalachia where my mom's family's from, and I very much have similar tendencies to like what the Scotch-Irish people are supposed to have. So
I was just stereotyping because you're naturally a ginger and angry that would land.
And angry all the time. Yes, that's right. That's what I've known for. No, supposedly I do have some heritage, but I didn't really follow Celtic that much until this, and now I'm probably never going to watch a game again in protest. All right, we'll come back. Tyvis has questions for me. I don't know what these questions are, but you told me yesterday you wanted to ask questions of me, so we will find out why Tyvis has questions for me and what he did with his facial hair coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. Well, when it comes to traffic, the slowest of the slow is definitely going to be still in our southeast corner, Gender Road to 270, clocking you in at 7 minutes, at least in that westbound direction. Just a lot of people heading out the door right now. Some much better news, though. 70 to 270, looking a lot better in the green. 3 minutes out there on our map. And for folks in New Albany, no longer an issue. 161 eastbound. The problem's going to be 62 eastbound, passing that intersection, looking at 36 miles per hour by Smiths Mill Road as of right now. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? And did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? Hi, I'm Evan Bass, founder of the Columbus Men's Clinic, and I started this clinic a decade ago to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud, and even more so as we age. ED and low T tend to get worse if untreated. And guys, you're not alone. Your physician-led support team at the Columbus Men's Clinic has your back. For years, we've effectively treated ED and low T comprehensively, and with proven treatments dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate medical team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. That's columbusmensclinic.com.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Hi, this is Mike with the Good Feet Store. Are your bad feet making work miserable? You're not alone. Here's Vale, a real Good Feet Store customer.
I'm a salesman. I've pounded the pavement 35 years, literally. My legs ached, my feet hurt. It was just sometimes unbearable. But if you don't have a good attitude when you're in sales, it shows on your face. I heard an advertisement on the radio for the Good Feet store, and I said, what can I lose?
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Val get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way.
I walked in the Good Feet store and I said, my feet hurt. What a difference with these arch supports. When I go and talk to my customers, I've got a smile on my face. I can go all day long, and then some. It's the real deal. My name's Val, and that's my Good Feet story.
Don't let bad feet stop you from achieving your 2026 health goals. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY. And when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cuts any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Hey folks, it's Jeremy Birmingham, Berm from the Austin and Berm Show here on 97.1 The Fan. I figured I owed you guys another check-in now that I'm 2 weeks into Awaken 180, and I'm happy to let you know I'm down 14 pounds. What surprised me really isn't that number, it's really how normal this feels. I'm not miserable, I'm not obsessing over food, and I'm not guessing. I'm just following the plan and watching it work, and that's why this matters. Because if you're like me, you've tried things before where week 1 feels exciting and week 2 feels exhausting. This is definitely not that. Awaken 180 gives me structure. It tells me exactly what I need to do and is with me to ensure that I'm doing it right. Ultimately, that's the difference. For someone like me who spends a lot of time on the road, in the car, and eating at weird hours, all that stuff matters. If weight loss is your goal this year, don't pick something you hope you can stick with. Pick something that's already sticking. 2 weeks, 14 pounds, and I'm just getting started. Find your own results and free support for life at awaken180weightloss.com.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together. All of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund. Because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team hosted the 10th-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers last night. Despite being down double digits multiple times throughout the game, the Buckeyes had a chance to tie it in the closing seconds, but a Christoph Tilley 3 sailed wide of the rim, and Nebraska came away with a 72-69 win over Ohio State. Coming up for the basketball Buckeyes is a 2-game West Coast trip starting with Oregon on Thursday and concluding with Washington on Sunday. Speaking of a West Coast trip, the Columbus Blue Jackets are in California. They'll be taking on the San Jose Sharks tonight. Coverage starts at 9:30 right here on The Fan. This update was brought to you by Germain Toyota, the best selection of new and used cars in Central Ohio. View their full selection of vehicles online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You know what I'm interested to see?
What's that?
All this talk, since Kevin's been fired, it's always been the narrative, the national narrative, and everybody around the sport keeps saying that Kevin Stefanski's going to get a job immediately. He's going to be the number one guy. I'm actually interested to see if that's the case. I want to see if he's the first one off the board because I remember when Vrabel was fired, they also said the same thing, and he went a whole year. I don't know if that was by choice or not.
It might have been.
I'm sure it was.
But
It had to have been, right? Because the Titans are stupid. They've proven that. They've done so many, not just that decision, they've made other decisions too that make no sense. But yeah, at that time, I think it was a little bit more widely reported that Vrabel was not interested in coaching right away. It's going to take some time to weigh his options. Everything you hear about Kevin Stefanski is he wants to get back. He doesn't want to take a break. He wants to get right back to coaching.
He was immediately linked to the Atlanta job.
Well, I think that's a good place for him.
That job, the Giants job, which I
mean, if you were
if you had trouble with the Cleveland media asking questions, just wait till you get to New York, buddy. That'll be a little bit of a different thing.
We need to play better.
Yeah, that'll go real well over there.
Everybody, they'll get annoyed with it. I think the New York people would be like, "No, forget that."
Oh yeah,
answer this question.
Absolutely. Yes.
Where would you want to go if you was him?
I would want to count my money, take a break, and just let everybody look. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. If he's hot now, imagine if you don't like any of the jobs that are out there. I wouldn't want to take one of these jobs where there's been like a failure. I'd rather wait for someone. I don't know if this is likely to happen, right? But there's been rumblings that like an Andy Reid may just decide, I'm done. You know, I'm kind of past the age. I won my Super Bowls. I'm good. And maybe he retires and they look for someone to come in. Like, there's a chance that job could open up potentially, right?
The Chiefs.
Yeah. I'm saying if I'm Kevin Stefanski, not this year. I'm saying take a year off, go be on TV, let everything play out.
2027, you think there's a chance that the Chiefs job's out? I don't think that's crazy.
I'm just pointing out if I'm him, you can wait. And meanwhile, you've got a ton of money. You can sit on that. You can go on TV and make everybody remember even more so how much they want Kevin Stefanski. Let all these dumb owners think about it for a year. They'll fire coaches maybe that are pretty good, and then you can have your pick of jobs. Instead of just saying, I have to desperately get back in and go to another place that's been just as – I mean, like if you go to the Atlanta job, they're literally going to hire a whole front office and you. Now, maybe he gets to have a say in that. Maybe they hire him first, and then he picks a GM.
Matt Ryan has got to say in that. So
Matt Ryan also wants to be on TV, which I don't know how they can let a sitting general manager of an NFL roster also call games on television.
The same way they let a minority owner of a team.
But the difference,
television.
Again, that's also bad. But the difference is the ownership thing. Tom Brady can say, "Well, I'm just an owner. I'm just an investor. You can pretend like he's hands off." When you are the general manager of a team, I mean, what's he going to do? Sit on CBS and literally be like, well, today, guys, here's who's starting, here's who's sitting, and I support our coach. And like, you need to be at the games, bro. Like, you're the general manager of the team. How can you sit there in New York and be on CBS? That makes no sense to me. So that's a totally different thing in my mind.
I think the Atlanta job is a good job, though. That division is trash. They have offensive weapons everywhere. Both Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins are better quarterbacks than any quarterback he had here, regardless of which one starts next year. I think Atlanta's a good landing spot for Kevin Stefanski.
There are weapons for him. I wonder if the front office is not set, maybe that's a good thing for him because then he doesn't have to put up with an Andrew Berry. If he didn't like Andrew Berry and he wants to have his own say and who gets hired. I just feel like
it's just a lot of backstabbing going on.
No, I think.
How is it that two guys that were just so happy to be together? Now all of a sudden it's just like cold as ice.
Did you hear that? By the way, I know you have questions for me and I want to answer them, but you brought this up. Did you hear this story that Andrew Berry told about Kevin Stefanski yesterday? This is him talking about what it meant to be a part of the decision to move on from Kevin Stefanski.
My kids are 8, 6, and 4, and I was like, I really need to tell my kids because every time they're at the facility, he's no longer like Coach Stefanski, coach of the Browns, but rather, giving a Berry kid a piggyback ride or chasing them or tackling them, things like that. And I remember when I told my 4-year-old daughter Eden, I was like, hey, there's a chance that Coach Kevin, he may not be coaching the Browns anymore. And she looked at me and she goes, will he play with us still? And I share that story because, like, when you talk about relationship or partnership, that's a lifelong connection for me and him. It goes beyond football. So if you ask, how was the relationship from the start to how it was today, he's family.
It's family. It's the Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
This is like the famous New Jack City scene of Nino Brown killing G. He shed a tear before he killed her. That's exactly what just
That's
happened.
The Godfather, or is that Godfather, right? Where there's the kiss, right? I mean, you got that. Like this,
it's unbelievable.
This is, I mean, it goes back to the Bible, right? Jesus and Judas Iscariot and all that stuff. You know, like betrayal with a kiss. Like you can't. I mean, this stuff is I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people in Cleveland who are gonna be like, is there a chance your 4-year-old wants to be a source unnamed in like future stories? Because if he's giving information to the kids, like someone's going to find like a phone number and be like, hey, do you have any update on what your dad's doing? Like
He didn't say anything crazy. He said Kevin might get fired, which is what everyone knew. He wasn't
not
giving
your 4-year-old. Your 4-year-old doesn't know that, or your 6-year-old, whatever age the kid was that he was talking about. Like, I'm just saying, like, I mean, apparently he told the 6-year-old before he tore Shedeur Sanders. So there's that. Like,
that is true.
I mean, that's because Shedeur Sanders came out and said, we've just found out about 10 seconds ago that we got fired. We knew when you knew. So that's a little shocking. But all right. You have questions for me, Tyvis. What are these questions?
These questions are, if you can answer these questions correctly, that means that you will officially be invited to the Black Barbecue.
Ooh, the cookout.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Would he be a CWB as well?
I seen this video, and I was like, you know what? I wonder if T-Bone would know the answer to these questions. So there's 9 questions.
There's a very good chance I won't know the answer, and I'm not going to get invited to the cookout. But I'm willing to. I'm honored to even be considered, Tyvis. I appreciate
you. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
The first one. If someone, you got to take this as a black person is saying this.
Okay.
If someone says God is good all the time, how do you respond?
I thought God is good, and you respond all the time. No? What do you say?
All the time, God is good.
Oh, you just reverse it?
T-Bone. You starting off bad. 2.
0 for 1.
Name me a Kool-Aid flavor.
I'm going to go with, there's lots of good ones, but I'll go with red. I'll go with
that's a great
orange.
That's a great one. Right?
Those aren't flavors. Those are colors.
No, but everybody do refer to it as red. They do refer to it.
Did I get that wrong or right?
No, that's right. I agree with that one.
Good.
If I tell you I'm 20 minutes from your house, when am I actually arriving?
You, Tyvis Powell?
No.
CP time.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to answer to this. I'm going to just presume, Tyvis, that if you tell me you're going to be there in 20 minutes, I'll say Tyvis is going to be here in around 20 minutes.
That's wrong.
Apparently,
that's an hour. About an hour. If someone says you're cleaner than the Board of Health, what are they actually saying?
You're dressed nice.
Okay, look at you.
That's all right. I mean, I never got that compliment, by the way. I'm working for it someday.
Who is mom in them?
Family?
Okay.
Right?
There you go.
Oh,
Ding.
okay.
If I said, keep it up. What am I actually saying?
You're about to get your ass beat.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
If I said, you can catch these hands.
You're also going to get your ass beat, right? Okay. Yeah.
At the cookout, if you hear somebody ask, who made this? What does that mean?
It's bad.
That's funny. Yeah, that's right.
I don't think it's good because everyone presumes it's going to be good when you bring it to the cookout. If it's not good, it's going to get noticed.
And lastly, what is the black term for stuffing?
Dressing?
Look at you. Okay, so you what, 7 of 9?
By the way, I don't like that you said that it's the black term because it's also the household term we use at our house. We call it a dressing.
There you go.
So we never put it in turkey. We didn't stuff it. We just did the dressing.
Maybe you have some African heritage.
I'm proud of you.
I mean, listen.
I can't believe you didn't get the first one. Like that's a shame.
That's just because I'm not religious, Tyvis. You know that. Don't be putting that on me. That's something I didn't need right there. All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll come back. 7 to 9. I'm surprised I did that well. If you're hoping for the Bengals to make any changes to their coaching staff, well, I have some bad news for you. You'll hear from all parties involved next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday. Well, hey, a lot of people are heading out the door right now, especially if you live over on the north side of Live Lift 270 in that eastbound direction at 315. Yeah, it's pretty congested out there, but hey, some much better news was you're passing that area, 270 at 23, even 270 at 71, closer to Westerville. No issues to report out there. Now, I will say congestion is building for our friends over on the east side by Kahana and really by the airport. 270 southbound looking at 25 miles per hour already, and it does get worse on 670 westbound. A lot of people heading downtown. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
At Babs R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement. As the Midwest's fastest growing 5-star bathroom remodeler, we're more than just transformations. We're a community driven by a mission to bring your dreams to life. Our installation team, part of the Babs R Us community, isn't just skilled. They're dedicated to respecting your home. Each day, they bring craftsmanship and hustle, turning your dream space, no matter the size, into reality. Together, we embrace a culture that values diversity, collaboration, and giving back. From supporting local projects to fostering a workplace where every voice is valued. Babs R Us is more than a company. It's a community of experts. We're also expanding locations to create more possibilities for homeowners across the Midwest. Wherever you are, you'll find us ready to turn your dreams into something you can see, feel, and enjoy every day. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BAB to schedule your free estimate or go to babsrus.com. Babs R Us, where dreams soak in.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How? Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there too to level up. Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Steve here from USA Insulation. Let me ask you a question. Do you know why your thermos keeps your coffee hot? Because it's insulated with foam. So let us do the same thing and insulate your home with our premium foam for only $99 a month, interest-free. The cold weather's here. There's nothing better than sitting in a warm, comfortable home with your loved ones and keeping that cold, drafty air outside. So make the call today, 529-2440, 529-2440 or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans and their families realize what's possible. With support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing, to get the help you need, to find peace.
And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
Jake Diebler's Buckeyes hit the road for a Big Ten battle with Oregon.
Live fan coverage starts Thursday night at 9:30 with the tip at 10:30.
Every game, every season. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
For the past 100 years, Shriners Children's has become family to over 1.5 million kids.
In tough times and good times, they're there when we need them most.
Please go online right now to loveshriners.org.
When a company tells you that you need to replace your furnace,
call ECO to fix it instead.
And someday when you really do need a new HVAC system,
we'll give you back all the money you paid us to repair the old one.
Up to $1,500.
Get ECO.
ECO.
They didn't have skim milk for your coffee, so I just got formaldehyde.
Oh, isn't that stuff in floor cleaner?
Pizza's here. Would you like cheese on that? Or how about a Crowley?
Oh, no, that's a bug spray.
Hi there. Would you like to sample our new scent? Diethylene glycol.
Isn't that the stuff in antifreeze?
You wouldn't want to eat it, drink it, or even smell it, but that's exactly what's in your vapes. If you vape, quit. If you don't vape, don't start. For help, go to odh.ohio.gov/no vapes. A message from the Ohio Department of Health.
It's easy to think of winter as a time when not much is happening in the landscape or in the pest and disease world. However, there are a couple of services that can help your trees and shrubs during the colder months, like horticultural oil and anti-desiccant applications. Visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org to learn more and to find an ISA-certified arborist in your area who is trained and has the proper equipment to perform your tree work safely.
Fan and weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Starting off the day mostly cloudy with temperatures right around freezing, but we significantly warm up this afternoon with breezy winds and cloudy skies, scattered showers as well with highs in the low 50s. For tonight, cloudy overnight with lows dropping down into the upper 30s, and we'll still hold on to those breezy winds out of the west. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Matty Ice has a large tattoo on his calf of LeBron eating a lion. I have nothing else to say. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Tyvis will put anything in his mouth on a dare. All right, almost anything. No, I stand by my previous statement. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, so in the last break, I took a quiz, see if I got invited to the cookout. Tyvis, you said how many did I get right?
7 out of 9.
Okay. Does that get me an invite, or do I have to be perfect?
I'll give you the.
I'm on the line.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. You know what? I didn't even know if I'd get half of them right, so I felt pretty good about that.
By the way, 7 out of 9, I don't know what the math is for that, but then also in the last break, someone said that kicking was, what was it, 4 out of 11 Ryan Day's losses, and I've been doing the math in my head ever since, and it doesn't compute.
Like 45% is what he said.
Yeah, 45%. It amounted to like 5.4 losses. I'm sorry, I've just been thinking about that ever since.
Wait,
it was bad math.
This is a guy said that 45% of Ryan Day's losses have been because of kicking, and Dylan's like, it's not that much. It's more like 38% or what? I
just needed a whole number, is what I'm saying.
Fine. I found this out last night about Tyvis because we were having a little group text with one Ryan Baker, who had asked,
he basically sent us a CWB bracket.
Yeah, it was a bracket of like the coldest white boys in history. And I mean, who all was on there? Like, I think Eminem was on there.
Larry Bird
was on there.
Ric
Flair was on there. Sure. And then there was a Steve Irwin.
Yep.
I mean, as
versus Bob Ross.
And what was your response to Bob Ross?
Who is Bob Ross?
It's Hot Take Tuesday.
Come on.
All right, I got the whole.
How do you not know who Bob Ross is?
I got the whole list.
That's like me not knowing who Diana Ross is. Like this crossover. You have to know Bob Ross.
I've never heard of him.
The man. Here's what you need to know.
He is the only person on this list that I don't know.
Bob Ross loved some burnt sienna. Bob Ross loved to talk to squirrels. Bob Ross had a fro. Bob Ross is awesome.
Sound like Dr. Doolittle.
I mean, you should. He was, except he could paint. And he wasn't informational, though, like Steve Irwin.
He was friendly and informational.
That Cat Williams bit is one of my favorites of all time.
The whole list. It was Eminem, Travis Kelce, Ric Flair, Michael Phelps, Mac Miller, Keanu Reeves, Larry Bird, Joe Burrow, Bob Ross,
Michael Burrow got on the list.
The Michael Jackson thing is ridiculous.
They did put Michael Jackson on there, which is that's not okay.
Irwin, Elvis, Jason Williams, Lil Dicky, Tony Hawk, and Hulk Hogan.
Dicky got on there? Really? Is Little Dicky like? Is he get movement in the community?
He's acceptable.
Okay. I don't know because have you ever
heard the song Freaky Friday? Very well written.
My final four was Eminem, Larry Bird, Steve Irwin, and White Chocolate, Jason Williams.
Oh, well.
That's my final four.
Mine was Ric Flair, Elvis, Larry Bird, and Tony Hawk.
I'm going to pick Ric Flair over Eminem.
Are you serious?
Stop it.
How many NFL players do you see quoting Ric Flair all the time? He's cold.
Eminem is literally on the Mount Rushmore of hip hop.
That's fine. Eminem was our common Final Four member.
Who did you? Okay.
No, you couldn't have.
No, you're right. I picked Ric Flair.
I was about to say, what are you talking about?
So he's right.
What I just said.
So Tyvis is right.
What is wrong with you?
Also, I want to say, I just want to be clear for anybody who's not aware, I had no say in any of this. I just said this all sounds good, and thank you guys for informing me and enlightening me on all the information. That's what I'm getting right there. I don't have.
They mad at me in the chat because I don't know who Bob Ross is. I've never heard of the guy. And then Baker's talking about, did you not watch PBS as a kid? No, I was watching Maury, Jerry Springer, Judge Joe Brown, Judge Mathis, and Judge Judy.
Martin.
Why all the judge shows? Why?
Well, because you
don't know about happy little trees.
No.
You don't know about Bob Ross being like, oh, we just put a little happy little tree over here. Just a happy little tree.
No.
And put another one right next to him. You don't know anything about this?
Never heard it. Oh, so man. When I was a kid, right?
The phthalo brush.
When I was a kid,
nothing about the phthalo brush.
Before kindergarten.
Phthalo blue.
Before kindergarten, this is how my days went. And when I was a kid, it was, as to my knowledge, that I can remember. I'd wake up in the morning, and my parents would have to go to work. So what they would do is, since I wasn't in school, they would drop me off over my grandparents' house. Mm-hmm. And when I got to my grandparents' house, they'd be watching the news in the morning, and then the news would turn into Maury, Jerry Springer.
Sure.
So that's what I watched.
That was just what was on for them.
And then I would take like one VHS movie, so it'd be like Space Jam or Mortal Kombat or something like that, and I'd watch that movie on repeat if I didn't want to watch that show. So that's just how my childhood was as a kid.
It's such an endearing photo I just have in my head of little Tyvis coming in with his one VHS.
One tape.
And it's like, oh, look at little Tyvis. What did you bring over? And he's like, finish it.
Yep, Mortal Kombat.
That
was my stuff. I would sit in the bedroom and I'd be doing all the moves on the bed as they do it.
That's great. I love it. This is so good. This is wholesome. Although the fact you never you don't know how to get to Sesame Street. Like you never watched Snuffleupagus
Street, no.
Or Oscar the Grouch, Bert and Ernie, none of it.
Because I know of them, but I didn't watch the show.
No, you aren't you aren't up with the lore.
That's the channel Bob Ross was on? Was PBS?
PBS? Oh, yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. Bob Ross. That'd be like a thing you would get if you
Recess
don't.
On PBS?
I don't know. I don't know Recess.
I don't think so.
No.
You don't know Recess? Or you don't know the channel?
I know the
you don't know the show Recess?
The activity at school.
You don't know the show you know what?
I don't think I do.
You're a little older than us. It's acceptable. I think that's an our time thing.
I gotta art. How old am I? What happened? All right.
Yeah, I've never seen this. I'm Googling him. I've never seen this man a day in my life.
Bob Ross, you've never even seen a picture?
I've never seen this man.
All right.
He looked like a stoner.
Recess was on ABC, not PBS.
He looked like a stoner.
Dude.
He probably was.
That's another reason why he's one of the coolest white boys out there.
One of my favorite cartoon shows that I did watch as a kid.
He was chill.
Was Blue's Clues.
Oh? Yeah, Blues is great. The original was Steve?
Yeah.
Steve? Was that his name?
Yes. I think it's, yes.
Who was always like, hey, guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
Good.
I love Blue's Clues.
Real calm, real soothing. They could have had
that in Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield with the lasagna.
Garfield, not surprising. They have the same eating habits.
That's right. That's where you got your foodie tendencies from. All right. We're going to have Zach Jackson on to talk some Browns. I have to let him know that you didn't know who Bob Ross is and see what he says. All right. But first, the Bengals. Zach Taylor says Al Golden, everybody else on the coaching staff, they're all coming back because, hey, they're actually not that far off this year. They just have to bring back the same coaches, bring back the same front office. Everybody will be fine. Joe Burrow is very weird on this because Joe Burrow has clearly been disgusted with something going on in Cincinnati, right? He seems often to talk about how he doesn't want to play football anymore or that it's not fun for him anymore. And yet, when they ask him about Zach Taylor, all the reports are is that he loves Zach Taylor and wants him back and would be disheartened if they got rid of him.
What is he supposed to say to the media?
No.
Yeah, my coach stinks. Let's fire him.
Not on the record. I get that. But if he didn't like Zach Taylor, he could easily pull a reporter aside who's a friendly ally and say, you can let it be known, not from me. I didn't say this, but you can let it be known that people inside the building who are very important don't believe in Zach Taylor. Like that's how this stuff works. You can grab a reporter and be like, don't say I said it, but say that we're not a fan of his.
Just say it.
Because not everybody wants it out there like that. I'm just saying, if he didn't like Zach Taylor, it would be known that he was not a fan. The front office would have asked him. They would have pulled him in and been like, Joe, what do you want us to do? If you hate this guy, we hate him too, because they want to be in the Joe Burrow business.
They're not going to not pay him. I mean, they are what I've learned. The Brown family is what Dylan told me is cash poor.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Therefore, they are not in the business of paying people that's not doing things for them.
How about that ownership down in Cincinnati? You got this group that won't pay a guy to leave just because they're terrified of having to pay anyone any extra money.
And they're not going to trade Joe because is it true that Carson Palmer had to retire to get out of Cincinnati?
Yeah.
He threatened to retire.
No, I thought he did. I thought he went through a retirement and then reappeared. With
the Raiders.
Carson Palmer retired
I'm pretty sure he did.
just to get out of there. That's crazy.
I don't know if he actually sat out a year or not.
No, but I think he went through the retirement process and then maybe picked back. I got to go back and see. I didn't know I was going to get quizzed on this. I forgot, but I'm pretty sure he went through it.
When I did Browns pregame last week, Andrew Siciliano said, guys, Carson Palmer retired to get out of Cincinnati because Mike Brown would not trade him.
Yeah.
I think he did, like T-Bone said, he went through the retirement process or started it, and then out of nowhere we got breaking news that they traded him to the Raiders. That's the way I remember it.
Yeah, or either he got I can't. No, yeah, I got to go back and look. I know in the chat they're probably already telling us, so we'll figure that out. But when we come back next, 2 minutes away, we'll talk with Zach Jackson about the Browns, their situation, and what's going on in Cleveland. That's in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Starting over on the west side, 70 eastbound over by Wilson Road, getting pretty slow out there, 39 miles per hour just as you're passing that 70 and 270 intersection. We also have parts of 71 southbound, also pretty slow moving there, Hudson Street as well as Weber Road this morning, so keep that in mind. But hey, some much better news for our friends in Delaware County. Good morning to you. If you're stepping out on this Tuesday, a little bit slower on 23 northbound, but take 71 southbound and 71 northbound. No problems to report out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Guys and ladies, talking to you. Get real about your health this new year with Synergenics and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free. And ladies, take $200 off the women's hormone test. Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive pricing from other places. Synergenics and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with a real provider, get real medication and real results. Walk in or book an appointment at getmyhealthfix.com.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
Now's the time to buy or renew your 2026 dog licenses. Not only are dog licenses required by law, but fees support the Franklin County Dog Shelter and Adoption Center. Buy or renew your dog licenses today at FranklinCountyAuditor.com.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No? The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
Still a hot take Tuesday. You can get those off if you want to. Tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971. We're happy to have those for you. More of that coming up in a second. But now we're going to switch gears, go up to Cleveland, talk to Zach Jackson, who covers the Browns for The Athletic. Zach, thanks for taking the time this morning. We appreciate you coming on.
No problem, guys.
Would it surprise you to know, I know you've worked with Tyvis off and on for years, would it surprise you to know that he has no idea who Bob Ross is, or had no idea until this morning?
Never heard of him.
I learn something from Tyvis every time we talk. It's usually something I never thought about previously. But I actually stayed in Columbus on Sunday night into yesterday morning, headed back from Cincinnati. So I heard you guys a little bit. So it's an honor to be here.
Oh, thanks for listening. We appreciate it, bud. So I've read your stuff for years, and I know you've got a lot of thoughts on this situation with Andrew Berry and with Kevin Stefanski getting fired yesterday. What did you make of Jimmy Haslam saying this was not a dysfunctional relationship?
Yeah, I mean, I understand why he would say that, but there's just so much proof to the contrary, right? And so you framed it as relationship, and he was saying that, and maybe it wasn't, but it's a dysfunctional organization. Like, it just is. And so to say they work together, that's great, but it doesn't add up to what happened, which is one guy got fired for the results, and one guy got to stay despite the results. So, it's just weird. And it's been weird, and it's an unforgiving league, and it is a results business, right? So it's just hard for anyone, let alone me, to sit here and say, okay, this makes perfect sense. So what of the Browns for 26 years has made perfect sense? Very little. But where are the Browns going to be in 12 months when I wake up in Columbus and listen to you guys? Does anybody think that they're for certain going to be in a better spot? Because I don't.
8-9, Zach. 8-9.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Zach, who do you think is the best hire, the best coach that can come in and do the best with this roster and given the situation?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, Tyvis. I mean, I think if you're looking for do the best for this roster and get instant results, and justify Barry staying and the hire, you probably are going to look in guys who have done it before, right? And then if you hope that if you can fix the offensive line and get competent quarterback play, you probably can win. If you're looking for, the best hire and further embracing this multi-year rebuild that they keep dancing around but not fully embracing, then I think you probably want to go with an offensive coach, a young guy, not necessarily firing Kevin Stefanski to be Kevin Stefanski or to hire another Kevin Stefanski, right? But like that model of guy who's going to develop the quarterback, guy who's going to build an offensive system, and as pieces come and go and ups and downs happen, eventually you stick with that. So I could name a bunch of names. I'm going to write about the list. I think over the next 48 hours, the list of the initial interviews, submission requests will come out. I think it's the typical group of defensive coordinators, of young up-and-coming offensive guys. And narrowing it down right now wouldn't necessarily get it in the ballpark of who actually the final 2 or 3 are going to be.
Zach Jackson from The Athletic joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline. So I'm still curious as to 4 quarterbacks were on the roster to start this season, or at least were in the mix for various reasons. This organization, I don't think there's another team in the NFL that would have started a season like that. What they've got now is, at best, you have to theoretically give a little bit more of a look to Shedeur Sanders if you're the new coach coming in. This is a mess that seems like they've created this out of an unnecessary lottery ticket system where they decided, let's take a flyer on a guy and see what he can do. No, wait, let's do it twice and see which one of these rookies can do. What is your anticipation for Shedeur Sanders to be in the mix next year with this team?
Yeah, I would say full agree on last year being a mess, and that obviously it resulted in almost nothing. But I would almost say full disagree on Shedeur Sanders has to be at the top. I mean, he might be on the top by default, but we don't know who the coach is going to be. We don't know what the realistic options are going to be. And he did almost nothing to prove that he should be number one. Now, he was always developmental. There's some things to work with there. He is under contract. He's in the mix. He's started games for this team and had a very small level of success. But in going forward and thinking you're finding the answer, I mean, he is not going to dissuade you from pursuing a trade if one is semi-realistic. He is not going to dissuade you from, drafting another quarterback, whether that's early or late. And so if he's going to be that guy, the coach is going to have to like him and want him, and he's going to have to go out and earn that starting in April and all the way through August. I mean, there's just no scenario under which he is guaranteed anything unless they plan to stink next year, which they might. But this guy has some things to work with, but there's no way that any conversation that goes on, whether it's 2 weeks from now or 2 months from now, has that coach in this front office saying, this is our clear-cut number one guy, and he's going to win X amount of games for us in 26. It might happen, but it's not close to happening right now.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, is how much do you think the Andrew Berry, Kevin Stefanski dynamic, like who do you think on that, if there's a spectrum of in favor of Shedeur Sanders, against Shedeur Sanders? I know what the fan narrative is, but what has your experience been with that? Do you think Andrew Berry leans a little bit more towards let's give him more of a chance? Or is that not, like you said, not matter because of whoever the coach is?
I think it leans towards chance, and I think certainly he was behind it at a certain point because it was his way to keep his job, which has apparently happened. But Andrew Berry drafted Dylan Gabriel, and they went on a 5-month journey that led them to Dylan Gabriel. So, I mean, like I said, Shedeur's at the front of the line right now, but it's January 6th, and it's a long, long way to where it's going to be.
the next popular question is Jim Schwartz. What happens with Jim Schwartz? You know, obviously he's come in and done some wonderful things on the defense. Obviously, Miles got the record under him and all of those things. And
yeah,
I know I think I remember AB saying something about him being in consideration for head coaching job with the Browns. Do you think that's possible? Or do you think the next head coach will keep him as a DC? What do you think happens with Jim?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt he interviews, right? One of 6 or 7 people who probably interviews. I think there is a scenario where he gets the job. But I think the answer to that question probably lies in who the next head coach is. I don't think Jim Schwartz is a favorite for the job. So we don't know how this search is going to work out or how it's going to go. Jim is the best hire the Browns have made in years. Jim did a phenomenal job and set a culture. And really in 6 years of Barry and Stefanski, which is more than long enough to develop an identity in a winning pattern, the only identity they developed was Jim Schwartz's attack defense. And they've built personnel around that, right? Why was Malik Collins so good? He was the perfect fit for that defense. Carson Schlesinger is a great find. It's great scouting. But he also was a perfect fit for that defense and grew into his role, right? They traded for Tyson Campbell because he's a Jim Schwartz type of corner. So there's lots of reasons he should stay, Tyvis, but I think ultimately it lays on who the head coach is. I don't think there's a great chance that he becomes the head coach, but I think there is a small scenario where they don't love their options, or maybe the 1 or 2 options they do love look elsewhere, and they decide to make Jim Schwartz being the coach with kind of the caveat of, if it doesn't work, we're probably getting blown up anyway. It's a short-term thing. But I think they'll probably go younger, and then it will be up to that coach to decide if Jim Schwartz is going to be here or not.
Last thing I have for you is ultimately we're kind of debating some of these nuances of this thing. Is it more Andrew Berry's, fault for some of this? Is Kevin Stefanski more to blame? What role does Shedeur Sanders have going forward? Bigger thing is Jimmy Haslam stood there and told you 5 moves that he liked from Andrew Berry. And as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, that's your problem right there. Like, your owner sitting there breaking down trades and draft picks and how much he liked a kicker signing. Like, that's the bigger issue in Cleveland, and it always will be. And I don't know ultimately that any of this other stuff matters until that changes, which isn't changing anytime soon.
Yeah, you said it, not me, but it's right. It's fair. He cited the signing of a 31-year-old defensive tackle. Who'd they draft first in 2024? A defensive tackle. Who'd they draft first in 2025? A defensive tackle. But they got this 31-year-old defensive tackle who's great. He is great. He was great, right? They traded for Tyson Campbell. That's great. The Jags didn't want him. Like, they need the real driving force for that move was that he was under contract and Greg Newsome wasn't. And they had so few players under contract because of the Deshaun Watson disaster. They had to do that. They extended Dustin Hopkins, and then he failed. Right. And things happen with kickers, but they also cut Andre Schmidt last year to get a guy on the 90-man roster for a couple weeks and brought him back. They did not sign him and say, oh my gosh, we can't, let's make our plans for Canton when Andre Schmidt goes in 2039. That part was absolutely comical. And like I said on the podcast, when something is bonkers, even by Brown standards, then it's bonkers. And that Jimmy Haslam press conference was absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. Zach, I appreciate the time this morning. Please do your best to keep Tyvis in line when the two of you hang out again soon up on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show or otherwise, because I know he keeps it real, and you do too, so we appreciate that.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon.
There you go. Zach Jackson on the fan guest hotline. Yeah, you guys, I like the dynamic that you two have had over the years.
He is the king of one-liners. He is hilarious.
Hey, man, but it's real. This is where you get, as a Browns fan or as someone, in his case, who covers the team and who has been around it for years, you just start to shake your head and go,
he's numb to it all.
Yeah, at some point, because we've seen it all. And it comes around every few years with we're doing this move now. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, we're doing this thing again. It's been a while since we fired the coach, but I should have asked him, Deshaun Watson going to be the starting quarterback next year? All right, we got a whole off season for that, buddy. We've got plenty of time to discuss. All right, we'll hit the buzzer. We'll do some crosstalk coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Well, we do have a new traffic alert to report as of right now. It's not a crash, but a disabled vehicle happening just south of Linden. 71 in that northbound direction at 17th Avenue. A left lane is currently blocked out there. At least some good news here. We do know that a tow truck is on scene right now, hoping to clear up the situation in 10 to 15 minutes. But if you're passing this area, again, 71 northbound at 17th Avenue, make sure to merge to the right to make sure to avoid those crew members. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're already there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. So what's the difference? There are other Honda dealers around. Well, Rich Newsom and his team want to earn your trust. They don't expect it, and they earn it by giving you a great price, and then they back it up after the sale with same-day service, no appointment necessary, a great variety of brand new Hondas, and hundreds of pre-owned certified Hondas to choose from, all at the same location. Identify yours at GermainHondaofDublin.com. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Get Eco. Hey, Aaron, you know how it seems like everything just moves faster nowadays? You mean like technology and all those crazy inventions? Well, our furnace repair buyback program means you can slow down and take your time deciding what to do. Get Eco. We act fast so you can plan slowly. You're right, Jerry. If your furnace fails in the dead of winter, call us. We'll be right there to fix it the day you call. Boom. We're there. It's fixed. Get Eco. But our repair buyback means you still have time to think it over in the warmth and comfort of your toasty warm home. And if you decide you'd rather replace that old clunker instead of fixing it every year, we'll credit the money you spent on repairs against the purchase of a brand new furnace, up to $1,500. We act fast so you can plan slowly. How long have you been working on that line? Good poetry takes time, Aaron. Get Eco. GetEco.com.
Back in the day, if you wanted to listen to the fan, you turned on the radio, and that was the end of the story. But now, oh baby, stream us live on the Fan app, TuneIn app, iHeart app, we're everywhere. The Fan, Ohio's streaming destination.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through January 31st. See store for details.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
During our BOGO sale, select fresh Tyson chicken, Giant General Mills cereal, Entenmann's, and more are buy one, get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Been a fun day today. A little bit of a hot take Tuesday here. Been getting some of your hot takes in throughout the day. Eric Reeser's joining us now from Bishop and Friends. Good morning, Reese.
Gentlemen, good morning.
So I'm told, Tyvis, that you and Dylan had an interaction in the hallway out there during the break. What happened?
Well, this is a question I've been meaning to ask for a while, but this situation just arose. So I was using the bathroom, and Tyvis knocks loudly, and I was done anyway when I was opening the door. So that's all well and good. But in a situation like this, at our situation here at the station, where each bathroom just has one toilet in it.
Yeah, it's like a single door. There's no stalls. There's
Is the proper protocol to knock? Because I don't know what to say when someone knocks and I'm in the bathroom.
Be out in a sec.
Yeah, you just say, hold on, or occupied, or I'm in here, or like just anything that lets them know that someone's there.
Whatever way you can acknowledge this is occupied is appropriate.
I just lock the door and let people knock, and then when they try to open it and they don't, then they realize that someone's in there. That's my strategy, and I don't ever knock. I just go to open the door, and if it's locked, it's locked. And if it's for some reason someone's in there and it's unlocked, then that's on the person who didn't lock the door.
Yeah, I so disagree on that, Dylan.
Because would you say that to one of our fine, lovely television people? If they were to not lock the door and you walked in on them, you point the finger?
Yeah, it's like your fault. That's on you.
That's on you.
No. My reaction would be like, my bad or sorry, but in the grand scheme of things, it really isn't on me. It's on them.
I have been here when I believe Dom has left the door unlocked. And so I'm pretty sure that has happened where someone has walked in, because this is the protocol around here. A knock and then a pause. Because the other day I saw Fish do this, where he did, our boss, Matt Fishman, he very clearly knocked, and then he waited like a solid 2 seconds before he tried the door handle.
By example.
That's
and the door,
what I do.
And then the door did not budge, and he goes, oh, someone must be in here. And then as he walked away, he goes, well, then say something like that. It was probably me. Now I know it was Dylan that was in there. So now we know. We've solved that mystery. That's the protocol, is a knock and then like just anything, just to even like, hold on, like that's all. Or if you're really struggling, like, it's going to be a while, and then you can, something.
I asked him, did he do a number one or number two? And that's the real question, because it's like, if you do a number two in the break like that, boy, you quick.
Here's the other thing.
That's not what I was doing, by the way.
We have had another rule that I think has gone by the wayside, but those bathrooms should only be number ones. Like, if you're doing number twos in those bathrooms, you need to go upstairs. Upstairs, we have multiple stalls. And then that's a bigger surface area.
You mean
we can blow up the bathroom? Yes, there's rules to this.
First of all, ain't nobody holding it and going up the flight of stairs. I'm going to just tell you that.
You got to go.
Hand up. I've done it many times.
You know how far away that is?
I do know how far away it is, because I've done it. Because I go up there. I don't ruin it for you guys down here. I go upstairs if I have to do that.
If I got to go bad enough, I'm going home. I'm one of those people that's scared to poop at work.
That makes sense.
I'm like, have you guys seen that episode of Rick and Morty where he creates a whole different dimension to use the toilet? That's me. If I could do that, I would.
I would too. That would be awesome, actually. Reese, I presume, I don't know everything you guys are going to talk about. Will a Taco Dowdle make an appearance for Montana State? Will any Bo Bishop Montana State
I was
love?
writing my update and included him in it. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to lead with.
He's got to. I would assume there's gonna be a little bit of that talk.
It's the first time since 1984 the Montana State Bobcats are national champions.
Yeah, what a game that was last night.
Understandable celebration, because we probably in the first hour will get to Ohio State, Nebraska.
Oh, that was a fun game, huh? What a game.
I mean, at some point, you get a bunch of one-possession games, you win those. So maybe that'll happen, this week against Oregon. A lot of college football transfer portal news. Nebraska had a big win on the basketball court, but then lost their quarterback for next year. So Cornhuskers win some, Cornhuskers lose some. Dom Tiberi will join us at 9:45, Tuesdays with Tiberi. I think they're filming a coach's show in the 10 o'clock hour, so he'll jump on at 9:45. So at 10:30, we'll have Ben Baby. He covers the Cincinnati Bengals for ESPN. A very interesting day, and their plan ahead for Cincinnati. We'll also have Dalton Wasserman, who does PFF's college football show. He'll join us at 11:30. And Chris Vanini had a really cool article in The Athletic when people say there's just not enough money. It's like, well, look what Brendan Sorsby is going to be getting from Texas Tech. There's enough money.
I saw the number. I think Baker tweeted this out, among other people, but it's that
$5 million.
Brendan Sorsby is going to get $5 million next year at Texas Tech, allegedly. And Shedeur Sanders, whatever you think of him, as a rookie, is going to get $4.8 million over 4 years of his entire. This is an NFL contract. It's not a great one, but it's an NFL contract. So it puts things in perspective quite a bit. Thanks, Reese. We appreciate it. We'll be listening 9 to noon. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks for that.
Shove it down your throat. It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Find your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealer at Bryant.com.
So Michigan State yesterday, Tom Izzo was coaching up the boys as Michigan State routed USC 80-51. However, with 6 minutes to go in the the Breslin Center, isn't that what they play? Apparently, Paul Davis, former Sparty player, played for Tom Izzo, was sitting low courtside across the way, and he's yelling at the refs. And the referees actually, it was so bad, whatever he was saying, they stopped play, blew the whistle, went over to Tom Izzo, and pointed and said, there's a fan over there that needs to be ejected. They looked over and saw who it was. Tom Izzo looked over and saw it was one of his former players. And you can see very clear on the video, he's like, yeah, sure, do whatever you got to do to the ref. Ref turns to walk away, and he looks at his former player and goes, what the F are you doing? And then said, get out of here. They escorted this man from the seats. He had to leave. And then after the game, Tom Izzo said, hey, what he was saying was inappropriate. It wasn't racial or sexual, but he should never say it to anyone, and he had to get thrown out of the game. What? Could you imagine? How mortified would you be, Tyvis, if if Urban was there and you're at a situation where he's coaching and you're being so out of order that the game has to stop and he has to say, you out. Like, how humbled would you be by that?
I would have to be hammered for that to happen, and I don't drink.
That's cool. Well, this guy was.
It's funny that the refs, it was that bad that the refs said something.
Well, what do you think the refs hear on it?
Players get heckled all the time, and they just keep it moving.
Yeah. And I'm sure the refs get heckled too. This had to be something particularly egregious. And
he
sounds like
it was something about his mother or something.
Yeah, well, it'll come out because there were enough people around. Clearly, if there had to be people sitting there next to him who would have heard it.
I've got a Facebook video of maybe a couple seats over of him being ejected. Maybe he got overserved.
Yeah, I saw he literally was sipping a Twisted Tea as they're yelling at him to leave. So whatever. It's a fine beverage.
Tuesday, you go and watch your team play.
You get thrown out of the game.
Who among us hasn't had several? And then several more.
National sports news. Your coach had to yell at you. Anyway, what a disaster.
Twisted Tea. What's he, 45?
He's got to be older
90 grams of sugar in those things.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, that's it for us. Bishop and Friends is coming up next. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, getting you one final look at your traffic on this Tuesday. Starting in our southeast corner, no more issues. 33 westbound at Gender Road this morning. Barely seeing any cars out there on the roads. But a different story, 71 northbound, as many people are heading downtown. Greenlawn Avenue still pretty delayed out there with that traffic. And a similar trend for our northwest corner. So from Plain City to Dublin, 42 to 161 will take you 4 minutes out there. But hey, some much better news closer towards that 270, 161. And over there by 33, that intersection, no issues and no problems to report as of